Yeah, buddies. It's Dylan Covers Week, which steps all over the George Martin thing. But it is the Bennington Show on a Wednesday, which Chris has said is Wednesday, which just means he isn't as sober as he claims to be. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington. We've got a big Unmasked coming up that we're excited about. That's because Bonnie McFarlane's going to be there.
Bonnie McFarlane Unmasked, happening Tuesday, March 15th at 8 p.m. at the Village Underground in New York City. Everyone attending will receive a free copy of Bonnie's new book, You're Better Than Me, followed by a signing. Go to theinterrobang.com for a chance at free tickets.
Meet the author. The book is fantastic. Getting a signed copy is going to be worth millions to you, I believe, in the future.
Yes.
Long after we're all dead. But it will be worth millions. All right, it is the Bennington Show. Michelle with 1L just stopped in here.
Hello.
I guess riding it commando today, huh? Bare-assing it?
What the fuck is going on with you people?
That isn't you people. We have a gossip guy.
That's
Steely Dan.
I think that he's being fed by Vito, but that's...
First of all, Vito feeds nobody but Vito. We know that for a fact. I've been out to dinner with him.
Not enough to go around.
Yeah, I've never seen Vito go, ooh, you got to try this.
No apps that are shared?
I saw him eat a spoon during the pudding.
Wow.
Yeah.
He got really excited.
We'll try to get a hold of Dan today and find out. Yeah, let's break that bastard and find out who's feeding him information. But it's good to see you, whether you're wearing panties or not.
I'm wearing underwear.
Always great to have you here.
Thank you.
George Martin of the Beatles passed away last night.
I saw.
90. If you like the Beatles, a big reason of it is George Martin. But you couldn't have a better life. You know, you die in bed at age 90. And then have all those records and your family's around you. That's a pretty damn good life.
It's a great life. And if you can't say that you were a Beatle, the next best thing is to say you're the fifth Beatle.
I'd rather be the fifth Beatle than the fourth Beatle. I like to say that. I know you get very defensive. I heard you get defensive of Ringo before.
I do, because I think he's an easy target.
What show were you on talking about that?
I was on The Best Show with Tom Sharpling. That was...
You mean from The Simpsons? Tom Sharpling from The Simpsons?
Oh, that's right. That Tom Sharpling.
Tom was pretty rough on the Beatles, but I will say on Ringo. But I've never heard a drummer say anything bad about Ringo. A lot of drummers will go and say just fantastic things about him. But I grew up with the Ringo as a dope thing, so I just stay with it. You know? It's like Al Gore invented the internet. Maybe he never said it, but it doesn't stop me from yucking it up and backslapping with my other ignorant friends. Yeah, that idiot said he invented the internet. He was a moron.
But he can spell broccoli, so I think that's important.
Did you watch any of the... no, broccoli's good. Did you watch any of the numbers coming in? Are you a political junkie at all?
I enjoy learning about it the next day.
Oh, see.
But I am not a Bernie Sanders person. I'm not a Clinton person. I'm a whoever is going to win against Trump person. I don't care what you people say, and I know your fucking opinion.
Can I tell you something? If Ted Cruz gets in, you will dream of a Trump fucking thing.
That's actually true.
You have no idea what
awful.
A wicked little man he is. Let me just say this. If Richard Nixon would have shit out an egg and it sat in diarrhea for all these years, and then it finally cracks and some hideous monster crawls out of it, eats its own booger and keeps on
his own booger.
That's Ted Cruz.
The snot lord.
The snot lord.
He just brought out little Carly today from, I don't know if you remember her from a couple months ago, because I know you guys aren't, political junkies.
Yeah, iCarly, I call him.
Good. Well, it's a woman.
Him.
I call him. Listen, I know who Carly is.
You call her Gollum?
Here's the deal.
Precious.
He brought her out in Florida today, so it's over. He wins Florida going away because those two, forget about it. I mean, they're beach people. Let's face it. They are
and old.
Yeah.
Very, very old.
They're Margaritaville. I know your favorite song of all time, Chris Stanley, Cheeseburger in Paradise. These guys fucking blast it.
Yeah.
Evil. What an evil duo.
Do you, Chris, you're not a political junkie, though, either. I mean, you don't sit around. Like, the thing with Ted Cruz, I give him bonus points because he shouldn't even be doing as well as he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a hideous man. He's picking up some votes.
Look at his face.
Rubio's an attractive little man that is probably even, just a politician. He's not dead evil. He would, as they would say, he would suck a cock to win a sack race.
A potato cock?
Yeah, I think he would.
Oh.
But he's not a Ted Cruz. He can't win shit. I mean, he got embarrassed last night. But some people think that when you sit around and if you compliment Bernie Sanders for an incredible campaign or you compliment Ted Cruz for overperforming, they're like, well, here's the thing. You're not talking that way. You're just talking from a sports entertainment point of view.
Exactly.
Sports.
It's going to go back and forth. There's drama. People win, people lose. You might have a horse in the race, but you could also, even if you don't,
right,
you could step back and look at it and go, well, this is an entertainment.
It's the same reason that you watch football and you're like, God damn it, I hate the Patriots. But I give them all the credit in the world. They cheat. They find a way to win. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like tennis. It really sometimes it gets really fucking boring, guys.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So it's like a bad sport you're into.
All right. So but it is still a sport.
But there are other things like that where I think it's entertaining enough, and you have enough content out there that you actually can watch it that way.
Give me one.
Well, I feel like for me, I can watch a trial that same way. And I think that you can, delve into the legal system. You could follow a prosecutor that you hate, or you can pick
where you think that you're a better lawyer than him because he said one thing or called up a bad witness, and you sit back the same way that we watch football and you go, I'm better than that person at making decisions.
And you watch
even though you're not.
Kind of go back and forth, and you can have an opinion. Oh, they're doing well today. Oh, they had a really terrible day.
I don't know why more people don't go to just court for fun.
It's fascinating.
Because it's mind-blowing.
I love a good murder case. That Jodi Arias thing was
you got really into that one?
Time.
Now, that was the funny thing when you had court TV. They never knew what was going to take off. But once that they found one that they knew that the public liked, they dropped everything else. Right. And it was 24 hours of that.
I got really into Casey Anthony.
Oh, she was
Were you for her
time.
or against her?
Here's the thing. Morally, I understand. I have no doubt in my mind, I'm sure, that she killed her child. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that they made a case. I don't think that they did a good job.
See, that's what
and
you're
what are you going to do?
Sport.
Yeah,
They never found the body.
They found the
body.
They found the body, but they didn't have enough proof that she was the one who did it.
Because she was out doing the bump at a local disco.
Well, right. She's got her things to do.
And she made up lies, and she didn't report it in time, but they didn't do... They focused too much on she's a slut, and that was not enough to prove that she was a murderer.
I'm into slut shaming in a big way. But that one was a good one because it was down in Orlando, and you got that southern kind of thing. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, take a look at this harlot. And you're like, just please turn off the air conditioner. I want everyone sweating and fanning themselves.
Imagine now her shaking her fanny as her child laid in a shallow grave.
Notice as I put my thumbs in my suspenders here over my beer belly and remind you you're down south.
Oh, y'all are so smart. Stand up now. Your daddy's walking by.
I've lived and breathed in this town for the last 61 years, and never have I seen, yes, I'm going to say it, a whore just sit there with their DSLs looking back at me. Vito, what's something that you would watch sport? What would work for you, Vito?
Firefighting. If I got a text that was there's a fire a few blocks away and there was bleachers set up and I could go watch a bunch of firemen go in and save lives, I would keep stats about how many lives they saved, how many lives they didn't save, animals they saved.
And then would you have a special firefighter? You're like, that's my guy. You'd have his number on your back.
Jersey?
I'd choose the Italian. I'd root for only Italian firefighters.
I forget what a child he is. Firefighting itself works as a team. I've had the guys on many of the chiefs and stuff from 9/11, and they basically, their brotherhood is so strong. Like with the Navy SEALs, they don't believe in one personal hero. They act like we are all
Right.
together, no matter who's doing what. That would be tough to be a sport. What about for you, Joey?
I would watch Mechanics.
Okay. So we're just stopping conversations. There's so many things that already exist. Business, for one, is a sport. When businessmen sit down and read the business section, it's like the entertainment section or the sports section from them. People pick CEOs to follow. This already exists.
Yeah. Stocks, you could watch stocks that way.
But also the people who are behind the stocks. So it's not impersonal. You know, even if you look at Hollywood, you like movies, but then people like the business of show business. Jermaine Lassier, he always, in the summer, is keeping an eye on release schedules to see if they pick the right time to release movies, or somebody was dumb enough to release the same movie as a movie that's similar and probably better. There's a lot of people that it already exists.
Do Vegas people do that? Do they bet on like release dates being?
They don't bet on it, but people in the industry, like when you read Variety or the Hollywood Reporter, they're not reading about art.
No.
They're reading about the business of show business. That's what they care about. Who signed with who, you know, who was able to package a deal and sell it.
It's not show friends.
Huh?
It's not show friends.
No, show business. I try to say that all the time to people, you know. I try to be the 1 millionth person who said that. Now, after going through those two, I'm not even going to waste my time with Stanley.
Oh, come on.
Because you see how dumb this stuff is.
Mechanics.
I don't know. I don't even know the next time Vito will speak on the air. And Joey Jojo, you know I'm furious with you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know why?
No.
Yesterday was his birthday, and he did not alert us to it.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
He told me like a week ago, and I'm on the train on the way home, and I'm like, shit.
And we can sing this song now.
I don't know. I want nothing to do with him.
Joe,
Why would you know that's like a day off around here when it's someone's birthday?
Could have been a big party.
Could have had cake.
We go to Don. We like, oh man, Don, we need you to buy all these supplies. And Don's like, yes.
Expense everything.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And he goes, then Don will go, should you guys even be on the air for this? This is so much fun. Why wouldn't you tell people? And why do you pick the first warm day to wear a hockey jersey? You had all winter to wear that.
Well, this was a gift yesterday.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That could have been the gift we gave.
God damn it.
Who gave it to you, Charlie?
My roommate, Benyam.
Who was a roommate?
Benyam, he's street smart and good with the ladies.
Both?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have a lot of those.
I mean, Joe, you were here for my 30th birthday. I mean, that's a birthday party.
That was a fucking blowout.
This is what happened, was that I had literally said it every single day leading up to my birthday. For maybe the last 2 weeks.
No, you said it to me
now,
once.
That makes everybody else look wrong. Did you know about it?
Bullshit. Had no idea.
Chris, did you know?
I did not know yesterday. I didn't know. You think I would have told you? Ron, it's Joe's birthday.
I would have loved to have known it was birthday. I'm just going to check with Vito. You finally get a chance. Did Chris know? Tell the truth.
He did
He
not
did not know.
Joe!
I know. I just figured
All right, first of all, I heard a totally different story from Vito today. Vito said to me that Chris said that he told Chris that it was Joe's birthday, and Chris gave him, Joey, a cigarette and said, this is because this guy said it was your birthday.
Smoke up, Johnny.
that is what happened.
Then why would people tell me Chris didn't know?
Because I didn't know.
When did you know?
Did it?
Like 9 o'clock last night. It was after his... That's
Vito, that makes you a double fuck up in my book.
That's like not knowing, if I know after the fact.
When did he know? At what time did he find out?
Probably at like 8:30 p.m.
You know that Michelle would have been down here to do her no panties dance.
I don't have. I do
Don't have
have.
any panties.
I have underwear. I do.
She doesn't own one pair.
Sassy.
She's real sassy.
You can get yeast infections. Come on.
Send Steely Dan in here.
I think
Steely
it's the opposite.
Actually, you know, I don't know how Steely Dan's doing as the guy, but you know, like TMZ, I'll break a story, but it has to be a true story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can never come back to bite us in the ass. Pantyless ass.
Wait,
I
you
have
saying
underwear
you're not
on.
wearing any underwear?
Oh, he's
really?
the panty free.
Why would I wear
Maybe.
underwear?
Really? You're always commando boy?
Freebird?
I
Gotta let
figured
him
you. I seriously. I figured you as a guy who owns at least 2 pair of underwear. I can't imagine what they look like. Dan, we're getting a lot of blowback here. Your story seems to be false last week about Michelle going commando.
You see, I don't see how that's possible because this is something that every person with,
Well,
with,
you're in
penis?
trouble.
What?
You're in fucking trouble, dude.
No, multiple sources confirm this. Don't kill the messenger.
Well, let me just say this. Was one of your sources Dennis? Because he lies.
Yeah, Denny's not.
Was he one of the people?
I don't reveal the sources.
Well, you should when they're false.
Right, because I'm sitting here and I'll fuck you up.
Wow. Really?
Just because you're not wearing panties?
No, because I am wearing it. That's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Wait, I am.
Did you know, by the way, that it was Joe's birthday yesterday?
Yeah, I
You're
did.
my gossip guy. You
You're the
got to bring that
fucking
in.
Yeah, that's
that was an oversight.
Yeah. Oversight by you, oversight by Gail.
Yes.
Oversight by Vito, but especially an oversight by Joe.
Well, I mean, I just figured, the hinting and explicitly telling people 2 weeks prior.
You can't do that. You got to say
No.
or write it on a calendar, put it on the schedule, because that gets us a lot of free stuff around here.
Free stuff.
I didn't
And a
even
party
know.
day.
I didn't know.
We did. You'd have been drinking on the air. You didn't know it was your birthday. He's saying. I didn't know.
Bullshit. Birthday's always party.
I literally told you, leaving the office the day before, hey, Chris, my birthday is tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Fuck you.
Literally said that.
my God.
Seriously.
You're so fucked.
You're a bad person, James, Oregon.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, from the listener's side, no notification. I never heard a thing. Listen every day.
Whoa.
Go to
See?
party, man.
You got to get it out there.
Yeah.
We talked about my birthday for weeks beforehand when it was coming up.
That's true.
You got to say it on the air. That's a good point.
You know how many presents I received? I got a Dreamcast. Fuck yes. I played Blitz 2001.
That is a great.
Bledsoe's throwing it up every fucking week. And Favre. I love the Packers.
Dan, Steely Dan, this is are you staying with the gossip thing, or are we figuring out that's not your thing?
Not only am I staying with it,
Yeah.
I have some for right now.
Right this second.
Well, has anyone else heard this? I don't
I
want
have
you
not
giving
heard it.
any bad gossip, because let me tell you something.
Well,
Michelle's easygoing, but if you say it about one of these rat-faced bastards around here,
Yeah.
they'll HR your ass.
Well,
All right, this is interesting. A lot of people writing this into me. Why soda in there with you? People are thinking Steely Dan sounds like soda.
I
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was soda too on
Yeah.
that day when I was revealed to not wear underwear.
that's I guess that's
And you would
that's
know,
yeah,
so.
that's a
Yeah, it's great for us. We start and call you Steely Dan soda.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? We get something going, and maybe even get you your own kind of soda that you can sell.
yeah, let's do that.
Pop you like.
I'll tell you what would be perfect for him is biscuit flavored. You know what I mean? A
that
biscuit
sounds
flavored
good.
A
soda.
liquidy biscuit?
Buttery.
Oh my God, that actually sounds
I
great.
know.
I want some now.
It's called buttermilk. You guys can tell.
Well, we were going to have it for Joe's birthday, and then he fucking kept it quiet.
Joe, why'd you
Joe,
fuck
you know,
us?
take off your birthday shirt. No one wants to fucking see our own failure.
Take off
Get
your
it off.
pants too.
Get it off.
No.
Why, you like Michelle? You came in here commando?
I can't.
I have underwear on.
Doubt that.
Why would you?
That's the gossip.
Rob,
It's not a bad
in
room.
California. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you guys?
Good.
I really don't want to get in trouble with you guys, so
Yeah.
I have to tell you it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday! Birthday boy! Birthday boy! Dan, you're going in the pretty good prize closet where you belong. Think we can get you a hockey shirt from Minnesota?
And we'll all sign it.
Yeah.
It's the pretty good prize. It's the pretty good prize closet. We have pretty good prizes. It's the pretty good prize. It's the pretty good prize closet. We have good prizes. Rob,
Look, who's dabbing along with this.
it's your birthday today in California.
Come on.
Want to tell you that you won Sebastian Maniscalco
Who's?
signed DVD by Sebastian Maniscalco. Aren't you embarrassed?
Yeah, I would be if that was my read. Congratulations. That's a great one.
That's a great prize.
Birthday.
He is the man right now, huh?
Hell yeah.
The Sebastian's time in the world. From Chicago. Chicago parking in Chicago.
Where you gotta park?
What do you think is a crazier accent? Philly, Chicago, Boston?
I think that Philly is the most unique of the three of them.
Really?
Yeah, I think that it's pretty... That's my favorite. Boston second, Chicago third.
Well, Boston is like, you get away with a lot in Boston. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
there's something a little bit charming about it.
Did you watch Spotlight, the movie Spotlight, and where they were,
in Boston
Yeah.
talking about Catholicism, and you
Yeah.
can get away with it there?
Yeah. Well, did you watch it?
No, I just wanted to say that I knew it.
This was the best scene because they were finding out these facts, and they're in Boston. And then I think it was Mark Ruffalo who found out some, and you see him looking. He had found this paper, and he goes like this: "She fought it in a parked car in Boston Yard."
No!
She fought it in a parked car in Boston Yard. She fought it in a parked car in Boston Yard. I mean, I saw it in the theater. You could have heard a pin drop. I mean, there were people sobbing.
How does he not win the Oscar for that?
It's crazy.
He won the Boston Oscar. If that means anything to you.
The Basti.
And the Basti goes to, once again, Dennis Leary. Dennis Leary's got 10 Bosties.
There was
amazing.
a play called Park Your Car in Boston Yard, and I saw it. And it talked like this the whole time. Park your car in Harvard Yard. The entire time. I was like, bravo. Tony's!
If you do that at all back to them, they hate you up there, too.
Oh, I'm
right?
sure.
They despise.
But I find it to be a very cute accent. I think
it's great.
So cute.
Well, it's great for guys. And with girls, you're always like this. She's ready to fuck. You know what I mean? Like a real UFC fuck, too. You know what I mean? Like,
She's down.
She'll headbutt.
TF.
Yeah.
And then you go, do you like those apples? And you're like, I love me!
Well, my favorite thing in The Fighter was his sisters who hated his wife, and they were like this. She's one of those MTV girls. You know, they're making up a thing that doesn't even exist.
That's not a type of girl.
An MTV girl.
It's not a thing.
I laughed every time it came up in that. What are you looking for, Joe, in there? You're fucking conscious for ruining yesterday, bro?
Yes, I was.
Are those cupcakes over there?
No.
We could be
Could've
eating
had cupcakes.
sweet cup and cakes right now.
No kidding.
No, we have dick, is what we have.
Oh,
That's what.
well,
We have a
no.
pile
Dude,
of
why
it.
do you gotta be like
Chris,
that?
Why do you want a dick?
You know that we're already upset about not knowing it was Joe's birthday.
Saying that's how upset I am.
Because you want dick?
I feel like I'm taking it.
Can you stop now?
Yes.
Jesus
Thank
Christ.
you. Jason, Wisconsin. On Wisconsin.
Yeah, hey guys. Hey, over the weekend I saw a video of Ted Cruz's picture next to Kevin Malone's from The Office.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys seen this?
No, I haven't. Well,
What-
that's
so-
close.
Is it like mind-blowing to think that this is actually how he is when he's not in front of a camera?
But I would vote for Kevin Malone over Ted Cruz any day.
Easily.
I seriously, when people bring up Hitler and Mussolini, I'd vote for them over Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
He is Nixon's illegitimate devil baby.
His own child thinks that his touch is like acid to the skin.
I know. I'd like to get a spotlight team on why that kid is so fucking afraid of her dad.
Get spotlight on it.
Mark Raphael, are you ready to do it?
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
They said spotlight so many times in the movie Spotlight. That was crazy.
And then the first 10 minutes, too, it was like a solid 50 spotlights.
And they're just answering the phone. Spotlight! What?
Oh, you didn't tell me Spotlight was on.
She fought it in a car. Parked in Boston Yard. It is, there he is. Trust it, man. Trust Ted. TED Talk, Ted Cruz. So you feel like you've got other gossip.
Yeah, and Joe actually looked over them. So,
Joe, birthday boy, you're willing to say that this isn't going to hurt any feelings like it did with Michelle?
Yeah, devastating.
No.
Oh, shit! So when did you decide to back out? Right now?
Looking it over, reviewing it,
Yeah.
I think that it would be appropriate to verify his gossip. We're in the halls.
All of them? Is there any that you would leave in?
Yeah, so there's definitely one we would leave in that we heard about, a certain someone.
Right. Just play it and we'll just do one then today. Joe really fucking stabbed you in the back, though, Steely Dan.
Happy birthday, Joe.
You know where this same thing happened for verification? Spotlight.
Spotlight's on it.
Did you see Spotlight, Chris?
I didn't see Spotlight.
No, but you saw fucking Star Wars 8 times.
Yeah.
10 new Star Wars are coming out. 10.
That's too many.
Yeah. They've just greenlighting 10.
I'll be dead before they stop.
No, they're coming out 3 a year.
I'm still going to be dead.
We're now going to call the movies Star Wars. Like, you going out to the Star Wars tonight?
Go see a Star Wars.
You know what? You're having a bad day. Better go see a Star Wars.
Okay.
Oh, you were the child with the bad day?
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. All right, hit the gossip.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Mr. Denman, bring us some news. Some juicy gossip from Studio 2. Bring us the tips, like who's out the door. All from the 37th floor. Denman.
Yes.
Who makes the most loot. Don't have nobody to give us the scoop.
Okay.
Please, Dan, keep your ear to it. It's the 37th floor gossip.
So I'll say, when I first heard this, I didn't believe it. I said, there's no way, there's no possible way this could be true. But after, again, multiple reports, I can't. So there's an intern on this show, right?
What?
There's an intern on this show.
Okay.
That's it. No. So he has a nickname that you gave him his first day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to say this. It's not really accurate. He doesn't really give a shit about jam bands. He knows like 2 Fish songs.
Oh my God. This is fucking mind-blowing.
I know.
It was worth the wait.
Does he wear underwear? Oh, by the way, nothing was worth that wait. Nothing. You could have said Obama's a Satanist. It wouldn't have been worth that wait. Oh my God, Chris.
In the intro song, I just realized there's like 2 or 3 moments where Joe goes full Paul Lynde. Keep your ear to it.
Yeah. There used to be a name for that, but now we just call it transgender.
So he came in his first day. I'm gonna give you all the info I have.
Well, he's not here today.
No, he is not in today to defend himself.
Wow. You know what? That's the problem with you people. You don't let people in.
Blacks? So, did you mean blacks when you say you people?
I take offense because I just found out that I'm one of the white people invited to the cookout.
What?
Hashtag white people invited to the cookout. You know that hashtag that was happening?
Sweeping the nation.
Yeah. I got a tweet today. White people invited to the cookout. Gail Ann, because she's down with hashtag Bennington.
Wow.
From Jamar CVB Lewis, also known as at DJ Opaque.
Whoa!
Okay? So I'm just saying.
So who are the white people? You and Justin Timberlake?
Me, JT.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who else gets that status. I know that we're probably at the top of the list. I heard Adele was one of the white people.
Crazy, I would think Eminem.
Eminem is invited.
It might sound wrong, but I'd still invite Larry Bird after all these years.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that the backup dancer, that you remember the little backup dancer in all the Missy Elliott videos, that little kid, she's invited. So I can't wait for this cookout.
I would invite Daryl Hall to the cookout.
But not John Oates.
Well, I mean, it's his day. You know what I mean?
They're saying Leonardo DiCaprio is also invited.
I hear that from a lot of people, too. I hear that black people really like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Steve Nash, too.
I can see why. You know why he dishes? Any guy who dishes. You know what I mean?
Napoleon Dynamite's brother.
Okay.
Oh, that makes total sense.
He had a.
Now, I mean, is it definitive that you are invited? This is the list of people that definitely aren't invited. Ted Cruz, Bill O'Reilly, Anthony Cumia. All said they can't.
I'm sorry, guys. You may not attend.
Wow.
It's invite only. That's just the situation with it.
Chris Stanley has been invited to the cookout. And he knows why.
You know what? I'm going to go.
What's that?
I'm going to go. I'm going to head over just to see how it is. I don't have to participate, right?
Well, luckily for you, it's in your own backyard. Seeing your fucking neighborhood. What about any of the Kardashians? Are they invited?
I would imagine all of them.
Khloe? Because she married Black, right?
Definitely Khloe.
Now, what's the story? And by the way, these Kardashians get themselves in the news every day. Just like Jam Band, they're always in the middle of, gossip news, whether it's good, bad, or whatever. But Khloe has named her camel toe?
Khloe is very comfortable with her camel toe. She talks about it frequently. And I actually saw once she was actually on RuPaul's Drag Race once as a guest. And she was saying that she's proud that she has a big pussy, which I think was the funniest shit. She's like, I have a big pussy. That's just the thing.
But she said that she's lost weight in it, so it's
in her vagina? What does she name it?
Camille.
Camille.
What? With a K.
Slash incorporated. Camille. Camel toe, Camille. I get it.
Get it. Yeah, she's
that's cute.
But with a K.
Fucking so.
I'll tell you this: Camille's definitely invited to the cookout.
All right, there's a picture of Camille up on the iBank today. If you want to go take a look at her, she's, she's a large vagina.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it. She says she's very comfortable and happy with her big pussy.
When she was talking, she said she's got a puffy, right?
Right, it's very puffy. She said. And
why are you so
what's funny about it? She enjoys.
People are having an adult conversation.
What is so funny about puffy pussy to you, Chris?
What is it about her mound that makes you sit and giggle?
Is it the juice factor?
Wow. You went there fast, didn't you? No. We're not going to know where the line is unless you run past it.
Yeah.
So now we know.
Now we know.
Juice factor is where... Look at Dan. You're getting a little nervous.
Yeah, coy.
No.
He's just adding gossip.
When are you going to be doing your show, The Fake Bonfire, with Medium J?
I was going to say it would have to be a different size J, but... No!
Wow!
Oh, yeah! Mr. Dan, man!
Yes. It's the best part of the whole show.
It really is.
We need to make a video.
We recorded like 20 of those, just so you know. Joe had to really, he had to comb through, pick the best one.
But
really?
Pick your back, yes.
The gossip is Joe works?
We need more. I need to believe that you're Mr. Dan Man.
Because the first time he comes in like this, yes!
Yes!
Finally, we just had Dan Soder cut it. From the TV show Billions.
From Billions fame.
Yeah. Dan has stacks that he's showing off on this week's Billions.
So much fat cash.
The billionaire. He was on Homeland, then was hung. Now he's on Billions. Billions. All right, well, that's great. You're invited to the cookout.
I feel very good about it.
Can I tell you something? You're not going, young lady.
But I got invited.
Are not going. I don't know any of their parents.
You don't understand my new friends.
No, I definitely don't. I don't understand cookout anyway. Eat inside. Much better for everybody. Hey, we have another big transgender story. I know that's your thing, right, Gail?
Oh yeah, I'm on the trans news at all times. We have another Wachowski trans story. The other Wachowski bro is now a Wachowski sister. Lily Wachowski. I think formerly Andy, right? Andy was the
Andy.
So now both
I don't think
Wachowski
it's ever happened in
brothers.
history that two brothers have gone transgender. I may be wrong, but at least not famous. And I remember when I used to call them the Wachowski brothers.
Yes.
You know, like I say Coen brothers, I would say Wachowski brothers.
I still call them that.
You can't.
You
I feel
can't.
like an idiot.
You're not
you
allowed.
should feel like
But you know what? I
You're
think
a fucking transjustice.
this switch could work out. I don't know if they would refer to themselves as sisters, but the Wachowski siblings didn't really work.
No, it has
There's
to
no
be
good
sisters.
like catchy name for brother sister. You just go siblings. It's the whole umbrella.
Well, I'll tell you this: there's no one more that you're rolling dice with their movies anyway.
Yeah.
It's either brilliant or what the fuck, but always even kind of an interesting what the fuck. Like, what are they even doing?
Everyone hated Cloud Atlas. I didn't think it was that bad. They've been saying it was the worst movie ever made.
People get crazy about that, and then they just did another one of weirdness of
Yeah, it was Jupiter Rising or something.
something crazy
Right.
like that. They did the Speed Racer movie, which is like if you were a little kid, that would be the closest thing you had to tripping to see that. I mean, it was
Fucking
fucking
nuts.
crazy. It was crazy great in the places that it was great, and then visually, and then just crazy in the rest of it.
Yeah.
John Goodman played the dad. John Goodman was on Howard yesterday, and this story has blown up everywhere. And he was talking about being at a party with the attractive Ghostbuster from Saturday Night Live. The girl, what's her name?
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig. And he walked over to her and said, went to say, like, I'm a big fan. And Kristen Wiig went like this, just 1 minute, because she was in a conversation. And he was crushed and said that he'll never talk to her again.
Oh my
John,
God.
don't do that.
From just 1 minute.
Maybe she was in the middle of something like maybe her dad had just died.
Well, I
mean, I don't know why you'd say that at a party, but
she should leave. You know what I mean?
Guys, I have some really bad news.
Hey, I'm a big fan of yours.
wait, did you
1
see
minute, please.
But I'm King Ralph.
But I felt bad for him, but then I also felt bad for her. Like, you're allowed to say just 1 minute to someone, aren't you?
Yes, you can say just 1 minute. I mean, I guess it could have, maybe she could have met with some enthusiasm.
But here's the deal. She wouldn't have said just 1 minute to Brad Pitt, and I think that's what hurt his feelings.
Yeah, you're right.
But he's better than Brad Pitt. I love John Goodman.
I know I would never say just 1 minute to John Goodman.
Thank
I would
you.
drop everything.
So you guys blame her.
I think that you need to meet it
Because of her
with
dad. I mean, if your dad
enthusiasm.
dies, you should.
Her dad didn't die. You've made up that crazy
What?
story in your pantyless world.
I'd like to say I would just 1 minute, John Goodman.
Why?
If the conversation was that important, John's got to wait.
That for me now, you're in a whole nother world. Do you realize the movie upon movie of entertainment that this man has brought to the world?
I've seen many of them. Yeah,
and he's great in
Roseanne?
everything.
Everything
absolutely.
he does.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
I mean, would you just 1 minute Mick Jagger? Would you just 1 minute Jack Nicholson? There are certain people that you don't just 1 minute. And the fact is, what happened to John Goodman, he found out he's not one of those people. And he's crushed. And now he shan't ever talk to Kristen Wiig again.
Did she think that? Did he forget that he had lost so much weight and people didn't recognize him?
That might be it. That might be it.
Here's my only problem with that. You shouldn't just 1 minute anybody. That's not, there's a better way.
Well, what if they were just a fan? Then you go, just 1 minute, or stand over there, dick.
Wow.
Yeah, but I feel like there
Was that
could
bad?
be.
That's a little rude.
I thought that's how we acted when someone liked you.
No, we are kind.
Oh.
Sorry, my mom voice came out.
I
That's
heard that.
okay. That means I guess I got to walk home alone.
You want to go there?
Yeah, I do, Penny. Let's.
Look, I have them on. God damn it!
Right, she just showed us the whale tail. That makes Dan a liar.
I guess
But
I forgot.
You might have just put them on now as a way of saying,
Just 1 minute.
yeah. Chris, do you just 1 minute anybody?
No.
I saw you just 1 minute Don yesterday.
Yeah,
in the
you
meeting.
just 1 minute everyone.
Oh!
Well, if John Goodman came up to me, I'd beg for more minutes. All right?
You get on your knees.
Please give me all the minutes you
Just
got,
give me
Jenny.
more, John.
What's your favorite John Goodman role?
Oh, shit. I love him as Babe Ruth. I mean, as a little kid, I saw Babe. I was like,
Yeah.
this is a movie about Babe Ruth. This is awesome.
Go ahead, Gail. You get in it.
I would say my favorite John Goodman role is Gail in Raising
That's
Arizona.
a fucking great one,
So
man.
good.
Gail?
That's the first time I ever saw him in anything, and I thought he was fucking amazing.
He's so good in that.
When was he the Southern lawyer?
He was kind of, he was a Southern
Was it a
type
Coen film?
Yeah, she's thinking of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a salesman, I think.
He stepped on the frog. That's when he says, I don't like to have any air in the conversation. For me, I think it's Barton Fink. I think he's fucking amazing in Barton Fink. And Dan, you're just going to just 1 minute, that sumbitch?
Listen to these 3 roles.
Yeah, thinking about, all those, a lot of Coen brothers roles. I probably wouldn't just 1 minute.
I've said this before. If he only did Coen brother movies, nothing else, we'd say he's the greatest actor of his generation. But because he did King Ralph and Babe Ruth and was on Roseanne, people are rougher on him. I think the Roseanne thing, because that's just seen as a TV second banana role for him, and he was great on it.
I can't imagine why you would feel that way.
Beyond.
Because
people
he
look
was
down
so
on
good.
TV.
Well, but that show was incredible.
That show was beyond. It was like defining for me in a lot of ways.
All right, Roseanne or Seinfeld?
Oh,
what's
God,
the movie?
you're
What's the
a
TV show?
goddamn asshole.
Well, Roseanne used to beat Seinfeld most of the time when they were both.
As a
in those
woman,
days.
and since it's National Women's Month,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Roseanne.
I've never heard anybody pick Roseanne over Seinfeld.
Not the last 3 seasons.
Those are my favorites.
Okay, well, we're different people.
Yeah, obviously we are.
I wear underwear. I don't know about you.
Hey, yesterday I want us to get together and plan a big party for Joe, okay?
Okay.
So meet me this same time yesterday. Okay? Don't let him know. Just like he didn't let me fucking know.
What an asshole, right?
Told everyone so many times.
Can I tell you something?
You told me once.
Here's your big birthday surprise from me, and you don't know when it's coming, but it will happen.
Okay.
Sometime this year.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to stab you with Chris's little knife.
Oh, God.
So I know I won't puncture anything. I won't even get to muscle. Look at that little knife.
I bought the wrong knife.
It's like a little nail file.
Like yesterday we were talking about the Lullaby League. Mm-hmm. This would be their version if Eddie Murphy was there. I want the knife.
Please.
I want the knife. Look at this tiny little fucking knife.
I should give that to my kid when he walks home.
Sure, let him stab at other kids.
Why not?
Just waving it wildly in case
I want the knife. We'll welcome you. You're getting this knife probably, just so you don't worry too much, probably the thigh, the shoulder, or the butt.
To the cheek.
the butt. The butt would be so terrible.
Don't give away he's saying the cheek because we have a slasher victim coming on our show later.
Yes.
And this fucking guy always wants to jump the gun and give away the later.
Chris, why
So,
would
you know
bring
what,
that?
Chris?
Yeah.
I'm going to put this up high where you can't get it.
God damn it.
It's right here.
I'm not going to reach that.
You won't be able to. Because everything in your world is small. This is land of the giants now. So that he's coming in a little later on today, our buddy Doug Smith. He is a victim of subway slashing and then turned it into a fun comedy web series. There's a Joan Rivers auction going on. I might go there and buy something because you know how much I love Joan. And then Cat Williams, our favorite comedian in the world, arrested yesterday for, I'm going to try to get everything, assault, keeping someone kidnapped, which I don't even understand. That seems like would be the biggest crime ever.
Right.
But I guess when you tell someone they can't get out of the car or they can't leave the house, there's a law against that. They said a large amount of marijuana.
Yeah.
And a gun. Now, if it's gun, that's got to be an illegal weapon, right?
Yeah, and for the weed, it has to be felony weight weed, which I'm guessing at least a pound of weed.
Well, we don't know that he couldn't own the gun, but if they're saying it, then that means he couldn't own it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, but if you're saying there's drug, gun charges,
Then that means they're,
Yeah, that means that you don't have a legal license to own that gun.
Yeah.
How is he going to run for president? Like he was going.
These days, anything goes. A porn star can run for president and win. I think
Obama?
OJ could probably win if he ran.
It's America.
You know how, we've got our first woman.
Yep.
First Jew.
Yep.
Our first, literally never ran for anything before.
Orange guy?
Yeah, orange man with urine-colored hair. I mean, at this point, it makes you think somebody with a face tattoo could probably want to win some states.
Even a swastika. No,
well, I don't.
Do I cross the line?
She
again,
loves
guys?
it.
Yes, you're always on the other side. You don't cross the line. You'd have to cross the line to come on this.
Come over.
No, you'd have to cross the line to come on the good side of society.
What? That's fair.
I want the knife. You got to give me the knife.
It's just scary. Stop!
Don't.
I can't look. Please. What's he doing?
Here's the thing. I'm going to bring my head down real hard.
No! That was That's going to be a lot of blood.
No!
The blood. Do you see that blood?
Oh my God.
This would
Never
be like
again.
falling on a toothpick, Chris. This fucking knife of yours is for flossing.
But I wouldn't want to do that either.
Okay.
Amazon tricked me.
Amazon or you? Do you not own a thing that a ruler? Haha, got the word.
Who goes to Amazon for a knife?
I just go to Amazon for anything at this point.
It'd be like going for the fish market for a steak.
You got that Prime? Did you get it in 48 hours?
Yeah, I got that sweet Prime.
That Prime meat?
It's fucking great.
Prime time. 50 Cent said that all of his Instagram pictures are just fake money. So
In the middle of this bankruptcy.
why are you showing that off? And this is a story that should be bigger, but President Obama and his wife Michael, they have skipped Nancy Reagan's funeral to go to South by Southwest.
No,
I love it.
he's skipping the funeral. She's going. I mean, he's skipping the funeral. She's going.
Oh, then that's fine.
And he's going to South by
Yeah, that's
Southwest.
fine. That's fine.
They're the ones who had the connection. Her and Nancy were good
Yeah,
friends.
they're first ladies, so
Right.
that's good. I wouldn't want to show up at any ladies' event either. I never know what to do.
And what do you wear? What kind of
This
hat?
funeral's so girly.
I always say like this.
Tea?
Yeah, do you have anything bigger than tea cookies, like a big sandwich? I don't want these tiny little tea cookies.
I need a hoagie.
All right, this story that you ended is nothing then, Chris. They haven't offended the Reagans. Michael went.
I think it's great that Obama's just going to South by himself. So he's just ditching Michelle to go to a shitty funeral.
He has a lot of entourage.
It isn't a shitty funeral. It's first ladies. And a beloved first lady.
Why would you call it a shitty funeral?
He's fucked up.
Well, it's
First of all, he lets on that they're not going to the funeral, and now he's admitting that the first lady's going, which is all you really should have.
You're represented.
You represent it.
Yeah.
No, he didn't go to Scalia's. Now he's not going to Nancy Reagan's. He
He
doesn't have
doesn't
time
like
for
funeral.
anything.
He's an emotional guy.
Maybe he just,
No, I like it. I
You
like
know
that he's
what?
not going.
This is...
Not that big a deal now. He's represented by his wife.
He's got that senioritis. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to do what he wants to do. This is like spring break for him.
I'd go to
You know what I
Austin
mean?
too, if I had the choice.
Would you go to Austin or would you go to Nancy's funeral?
Austin.
What about you, Gail?
Well, I'm the lady, so I probably would have to
Oh, we are
attend Nancy.
married. I forgot.
I would attend the funeral over a fucking overly packed South by Southwest. I'd have to say, look, 15 years ago this was cool. Not now.
You're so harsh.
No, that knife. So close to me. Yay! Come on! Grant's take it back from him.
Come on, take this to your cookout.
You got T-Rex arms with that knife.
Whoa, you want to see me stretch it out?
No, I'm good.
Because I'll put it in you and Dan right now.
Dan in front of me. Come
What?
on.
Yeah, right, Jet. Yeah, right, Jet. I'll wait. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take off my pants and just be running down the hall jabbing with people. You guys, he lost it! He couldn't take the stress of this place.
He's waiting.
He's heading for the corner.
Back up!
He's going to the corner office. Just screaming, full speed running.
Why did you take your pants off, though?
Because you're crazy. What happens when I show up in court? I said, I don't know what I was doing. Matter of fact, according to that video, I didn't even have pants on. Oh, thank God for this new medication.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
With my new medication, Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey, I'm able to relax and not get so stabby. Stabby, how I love you, my dear old Stabby. You fucking son of a bitch. You kept your birthday from us.
Why did you do it,
Why'd
Joe?
you do it?
Why'd you do it?
Why'd you do it?
Piece of garbage.
And Joe, now he has a weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And this was the big one. You're 16, and I'm supposed to dance with you in front of all the Mexican people.
That would have been nice.
La cucaracha, right?
Oh, you fucking racist.
Come on.
God damn it. You don't understand how offensive that is.
Yeah.
I don't know this version.
La cucaracha.
Oh, God, they're too stupid to find the fucking good version.
Come on.
Too fucking stupid.
Two stupid dogs.
That's true. Two stupid dogs. You're right about that. I'm really fucking pissed, though. Really pissed. Hey, coming up a little later on today, our buddy Doug Smith is going to be here to say how he turned a subway slashing into a funny series.
Yes.
For the interwebs.
And that takes talent to do it.
By the way, Big J and David Tell in here yesterday. Couldn't have more fun.
It was such a blast having them back in here. They're so much fun.
Yeah. You know what's really, this seems bizarre, but, we went out and had a cigarette on the street. I had a small cigar for myself. But it's just funny seeing David Tell on the street just smoking a cigarette.
It's crazy.
It's just like something, like you don't think of it that way because you can feel friendly with him now, but then you look over and you go, fuck, that's David Tell. You know what I mean?
It's pretty wild.
He's just having a cigarette on the street.
Really, it's surreal.
Like a person.
Yeah. I mean, when you're looking at it, you're like, oh, that looks like his show. Am I on his show right now?
I feel tired, though.
Boy, I feel bad about the fifth Beatle. The many fifth Beatles. Did you finally get around the little cucaracha? You can't even pull it off. Never mind, Chris.
A lot of people thought that George Martin dying was George R.R. Martin dying, and then they were like, what about my book?
Can I tell you that to lose George R.R. Martin would have been a less fucking loss. I could have written the next book. The dragon came out of its dragon and bit the tits off of a big-titted girl.
Why'd you ruin it for me?
I'm not going to lie.
The magical sword. We need the magical sword to beat the dragon.
You've just written more than he has in the last 8 years.
It's fucking easy to write those books. I cast a spell on the dragon.
I'm not going to lie. When I found out about it, I was in the shower and my man yelled to me, oh my God, George Martin passed away. And I was like, before he finished the book?
Oh, God.
And he's just like, he's writing a book? And I was like, yeah, he's the one who writes the books. And we had this conversation and went on for a little while.
The whole trailer was just filled with confusion.
Yeah, he's like, Willie was 90. No way he's 90. No. He's not 90. Oh,
dummies.
Fifth Beatle.
Oh, man, you had soap in your eyes.
Yeah, I was all soaped up.
Yeah. And coked up.
Yeah, well, shower time.
Just leaning out of the shower.
Just really enthusiastically washing my hair.
This is fucking great. I'm having so many ideas.
Write this down for me.
I'm a shower god.
Put that butter pop up my ass.
What?
Oh, my good God.
Oh, my God, Michelle.
Butter pop?
Freak.
You guys don't know the butter pop story?
What? No, tell us.
So there's this singer. I'm not going to be a gossip person, but you know her from Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
She did a lot of cocaine in her life.
Hey, people, you know what?
I like
that don't make you a bad person.
Did I say bad? No. Did I imply bad?
No, I'm just saying. Go ahead with your story.
Okay, so she couldn't do it up the nose anymore, so she had to put it in butter. And so they would freeze the butter, and then they would stick it up her ass. And she was called Butter Pop for a while.
Why didn't she just put it on her tongue and enjoy her day? Why did it have to go in a butter?
Is it a better story?
But why would anyone freeze butter? Why not just put it on a popsicle?
These are things I didn't ask her.
It can't be true.
It can't be true. This has got to be like...
Snopes. Butter Pop.
Snopes that butter
Please
pop.
God, let this be true, because I need this.
By the way,
I need this win.
You do. By the way, all I use is this fucking knife right here.
No, not the knife!
It's so close to the
Butter
nose.
Pop isn't even coming up.
All right,
Well?
Chris. Try to find out what it is. Could be a margarine pop. We don't know.
Okay.
Just fucking relax and get the story.
Use your brain, Chris.
Use what's left of your little damaged brain. I'm surprised he doesn't have a big hole in the side of his fucking head where everything imploded where his brain should have been.
Okay, just look up just look up her name and then butt Coke. Maybe it's not even butter.
Snopes Stevie Nicks nothing even comes up.
Nothing for
It's just a
Stevie
message board comes up, not even like the official Snopes.
Wait, did you go to Snoops.com?
One guy just posts, yeah, you hear about this thing with Stevie Nicks putting Coke up her ass, and no one even answered back to him.
That's because it's
I
true.
don't have a problem with any drugs going up the ass, because there was always suppositories that you could do. And the woman who wrote Valley of the Dolls, she used to have this, it was either a morphine or a down suppository, and she said it was great because you could feel the bottom part of your body get fucking sedated first and start to work its way up. And I'm like, fuck.
So
Give me a butter pop.
What would a butter pop do? This is very speedy.
All right, the only thing I found about that, one guy posts 10 years ago, I knew a woman who claimed that one of her big turn-ons was to scoop out a ball of butter, hollow that out, and put some Coke in it and freeze it. Then she would place it in her rectum, where it would melt, and engage in anal sex for hours.
There you go.
Now, was that
This is not
Stevie
about
Nicks?
her, though.
Stevie Nicks. We're talking about Stevie
Okay,
Nicks.
all right, we got it.
Okay.
Michelle's right. That's a big win for Michelle.
You can call me Butterpop.
Oh,
from now
those
on.
rockers just going by.
Can't see. They have great hair
Really
I
good
know.
hair.
and good style.
They probably
Yes,
are coming.
Daily Mail just told me that I am like
Oh
right.
my God!
Yes.
Why would Michelle be able to beat you on the phone? Chris, you're an embarrassment. You know you're not getting your birthday this year.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no,
When is your
no,
birthday?
no. He sent
August
it to me.
8th.
Yeah, give that to Joe.
No, Joe doesn't get my birthday.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
wastes
yeah.
next
That's
year.
Oh, you get to
how
make
it
up for
works.
it, Joe.
And you get stabbed at some point.
Fuck you. Thank God I bought the wrong knife.
Hey, thanks for the bum cigarette
You
yesterday.
don't think I can still kill you with this knife?
He could.
He'd find a way.
I just put it in there and I'll turn it. I'll
No.
turn it. And those switch those
What if you trip right now? What if you trip right now?
Push it this way. Look, go get your stuff. If you can make just one good friend of summer, all right? You're doing something. All right, thanks for the fries.
Woody to Webbit.
I picked you for a real connoisseur of good food. You know, these guys got the best fries in the whole Two Pines area. I'll stick it. I turn it. This was what to do.
Yeah, of course.
So you
get
don't
some...
think I can put this in your voice box, Chris?
Oh.
Or in your eyeball deep in?
Shit. I don't think it reached the brain, so I think I just be
eyeball,
blinded.
yeah, I don't think the eyeball, but definitely the throat.
Yeah.
Definitely the throat.
I
Or
think-
right here, the wrist. If you
There's actually a spot in your leg, too. He would bleed out
let's
really
do
fast.
some
on his
research to
thigh.
kill him.
Where in the leg make you bleed out so fast?
There's a
Somewhere in the-
vein. I think it's right up in your cuckooch.
Yeah. Could
You're
be
right
right
by
by
the
the,
dick.
and if you're not wearing underwear,
What
it
about
goes
if you have
right
a
to
what are you
the...
talking about?
Right there.
Chris is wearing those crusty old iron fucking underwear he had on since the hospital gave it to him, the temporary pair. He just gets it home after a hard day, puts on his hospital robe, walks around with his ass hanging out.
And those socks. Oh, those socks. They don't let you. They'll fall down. Those socks.
Well, they're socks with bumps.
Yeah,
They're-
a little bumpy stuff.
They're right up there with Hampton's Inn soap. Nice bumpy soap. We should actually make like Bennington hotel soaps to give out.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Talk to Don.
Out of your
Talk
guys'
to Don.
Okay, put this on the list.
I'll tell you what we're giving away is free books signed at the signing at the next Unmasked.
That's the Bonnie McFarlane Unmasked. It's happening Tuesday, March 15th at 8 p.m. at the Village Underground in New York City. You'll get a free copy of Bonnie's new book, You're Better Than Me. We're going to do a signing after. So go to theinterrobang.com for a chance at free tickets.
How much you give me if I bring her up to this? My Bonnie lies over the ocean.
50.
50? Mm-hmm. Chris?
Shit. I thought you were 25.
You're going to go less than me?
By the way, he meant cents when he says that. He doesn't even
He
believe
said,
dollar bills.
I'll give you 2 bits.
Shave and a haircut for you. Hey, did you hear there's a big unmask coming to town? It's Bonnie McFarlane.
You don't say.
And she's giving out free books.
No.
And a small knife. This could be like baby's first knife. Instead of a rattle, you just give them a little knife to play with.
Adorable.
Yeah, that's so cute. When they're stabbing their twin.
Stabbing at you.
I'm getting so stabby today. There's a piece up on the iBang I love today. The dumb dog thinks it's a dolphin. I always love these kind of stories where you're riding on a boat with your dog on the front, which you think may not be the best fucking idea anyway, you know?
Right. Although I understand the idea, it probably looks pretty cool.
Probably makes a dog happy.
Yeah, I've been on boats with dogs before. Do we not have it, Vito?
It was up a little while ago. Here it is.
Yeah, it was up a little while ago and it's still up. So just watch this. This is great. Turn it up. So the dog's riding up front.
So chill.
Yeah.
Gracie! Oh, shit. Gracie! Gracie! She jumped it. Gracie! She jumped it. Gracie, no!
By the way, that dolphin will fucking explode you.
Yeah. What does this little dog think he can do?
Dogs are so stupid. He probably thinks it's his mom.
Gracie! She jumped it. Gracie, she jumped it. Gracie! What kind of accent is that?
Some
Annoying.
fucking crazy, don't tell anybody your birthday accent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gracie!
She's just so confident, though. She's
Yeah.
just like, I got this. Don't worry, guys.
I'm going to dive in and bring this dolphin back into the boat for everybody.
We're going to be eating dolphin tonight.
My son, the 3-year-old, does a dolphin impersonation that is so uncanny. It's really good.
Well, it's because he doesn't have arms and legs.
Or
I mean,
a mother. So
you just put him in the tub and let him slide around in there.
it's the cutest thing.
Now, what's it sound like?
Well, I can't do it.
Can you
Do have video?
record
It's
it for us?
I was looking to see if this was one of the videos,
Yeah.
but I don't know that he's doing it here. No, that's not it.
Cute.
Oh, that's a thank you video. I apologize. I really
no,
thought
I really
it was.
think it's cute here, baby dog. I like it.
He's a fucking cutie. It's
Yeah,
too
well,
bad
he's-
they're gonna grow up.
Yeah, he's 17 now, so I don't think you're going to worry about it. Oh, dude. My niece and she's in a speech contest and did the speech for us all on FaceTime last night. Was going around the whole family.
Yeah.
I did a crush.
She did so well.
What's it
Yeah.
on?
She's doing a
Pigs.
really solid speech on pigs.
Yeah.
Really good. Funny.
Yeah.
A lot of comedic moments.
She actually has very good timing.
She does. She paces herself well.
How old is she?
Well, how old are you in 4th grade? She's whatever 4th grade
10?
age.
Yeah, no,
Something
she's
like
got to be
that.
9 or 10. She's in there.
What about pigs, though? Like the history of pigs?
Well, it was like how you could have a pig for a pet,
Yeah.
and lipstick on a pig, which, by the way, is slut shaming. No one
Yeah.
ever brings that up, but
Good point.
I just went like this, slut shame, but she was getting good laughs.
She
with it.
did get a lot of good laughs. But yeah, it's about the domesticated pig.
Yeah. Did you know that a pig could be a pet and has been for over the past 3,000 years? My mother had a pig, Samantha. That's the pig, not my mother. yeah.
Very
That's
cute.
really
Yeah.
fucking
She
good.
has really good timing.
She does.
Yeah.
And then there was like a great moment where she was talking about the sounds pigs make.
Yeah.
And then she said, can I get a volunteer from the audience to make your best pig sound?
Yeah.
I volunteered.
And what happened when you did it?
I did like an oink oink, and she's like, very good. But pigs don't actually oink. They make more of a grunting sound. Long grunts for when they're hungry. It was very, she did very good.
research.
Yeah.
She did a very good job.
I think she got help.
Really? You think
Yeah.
so?
Ghost Rider.
Yeah. I think it was Ghost Rider.
It's probably Bruce Lance.
Everyone's
Wow,
homework.
Bruce is so good at that. I mean, he can do a gag a minute, that guy. And his shirts, forget about it. They're hysterical. Why are you just putting up pictures of veins? All right, we better break here.
Yeah, I got stuff to do, guys.
You taking off, buddy?
I got stuff.
I love when you come by. You haven't been here in a long time.
I'm so glad that you had me come.
So
More
now,
Poppins.
do we believe Dan or her? Who do we believe, Dan or Michelle?
I'm not showing you my underwear.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't see a panty line. So,
Oh,
just saying. I don't want to confirm or
Were
deny.
you looking at my ass?
Yeah. Michelle, please. Of course I am.
Everyone does with you.
Yeah.
Everyone does with you.
You should see when she walks down the hall.
Yeah.
Everyone just like leans out of their cubicle.
I mean, they're scared.
Wasn't there even a commercial years ago about panty lines like that of dudes checking out panty lines?
I don't recall.
Yeah, and
short
then
skirt, short skirts?
She wears short shirts.
That's Nair. It's
Yeah.
about the hair on your legs, I'm assuming,
Yeah, but
or
that's
your
not the one that
vagina.
I'm talking about.
Okay,
I mean,
but
you're
that's
doing a
what
great
I'm
job
talking
explaining one that I did not bring up at all. Oh my God, we're going to the wrong commercial.
No, that's not it.
What kind of fucking crew is this? Oh, is this
That's
the panty line
correct.
one? What is it, Chris?
These are underold panties.
Oh, right! Pantyhose. I like the 40s and the 50s, and I'm starting to like the 60s, and I know I like the 90s, but I don't like panty lines. That's why I wear underalls. I like long looks and short looks and long short looks, but who looks good in panty lines? So I wear underalls, pantyhose, and panties all in one.
The way they sell us products makes it me think that they see us as special needs. I mean, that was a thing for a baby, not for a full-grown woman to watch.
It is exactly sounded like that was for children.
Okay.
They
Children's
dumbed it
panties.
down enough for me, so I understood.
I'm going to break here. I'm going to play a quick game of knife chase during the commercial. Whoever I get to first gets
Get a
stabbed
head
twice.
start.
Joey,
Yeah.
it's your birthday.
Oh, yeah. How old are you, Joey?
I turned 26.
26 jabs.
Oh, shit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What an inconvenience.
Bennington. Here comes the Spider-Man.
I just realized I didn't take my jacket off this whole time. Relax. Gonna stay a while.
Love.
Love.
Hey, it's the Bennington Show. What's the big story out there, Gail, as we wait for Doug Smith to come in? And by the way, please jump on this list before we close it down. Unmasked with Bonnie McFarlane.
Yes.
It's going to be a dang good one.
Bonnie McFarlane Unmasked, Tuesday, March 15th at 8 p.m. at the Village Underground in New York City. Everybody who's going to be there, you're going to get a free copy of Bonnie's new book, You're Better Than Me. And then there's going to be a signing. It's going to be great. We're going to have a ton of fun. So go to the iBank, go to theinterrobang.com for a chance at free tickets.
You know, Bonnie is like one of those girls that she has like there's a guy thing to her personality as well, which we're always talking about, that set thing that guys look for. And then her and Rich Voss together, you know, some people are like oil and water.
Yes.
I kind of feel like they're both oil.
Just
I kind of like oil and oil.
two oily
Bubble
lovers.
Two oily lovers having the time of their life.
Just rolling around in oil.
Oil up, my friends. This book is so fantastic that a part of me is jealous because I'm just as good a reader as I am, and I love to read books. Love it. I couldn't begin to put together a couple sentences without hating it.
No, it would be so difficult to do that, particularly when you're talking about your own life.
People say to me all the time, well, you just tell the story and let them write it up. I go, I have too much respect for books to do that. You know what I mean?
Too much respect.
Maybe I'm overly respectful. I don't know. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a regular guy.
Get off your
you know?
knees. Stop bowing down to these books, goddammit.
Can't help it. I genuflect. I don't bow. I genuflect. What's the big story out there, though, Gail? What are all the kids talking about?
Well, the kids are talking about Facebook.
Millennials?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a brand new thing called the Facebook.
Yeah.
But Facebook has...
Do yourself a favor there. Drop the.
Oh, is that we're not saying the anymore?
No, drop the Facebook. It'll just be the.
Okay.
And I bet that place packs out because it'll just send you there before you're ready to even write in the rest.
You're not on the? Oh, my God.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
Facebook has patented this new software that is going to be tracking all your posts, all your messages.
And giving it to the government?
They're going to be looking through this data, and then they're hoping to identify new slang terms before they break.
Wow. So they'll figure out like when a couple style setters are saying something.
Exactly. And they're like, wait, this was never said before. Now it's like a couple dozen. Now it's getting bigger. And they will be there. They'll know the terminology before it gets to like, now your mom is saying on fleek.
Well, see, here's the thing. There are terms that I hate that people say, but I can't say it about it because I'm at the point in my life now where I'm just looks like I'm being get out of my yard man. You know what I mean? Like you guys could easily say, I hate when people say this, but when I say hate it.
Right.
It just sounds like someone throwing a beer can and yelling that the 80s were better.
Well, this is a safe place if you want to say
It's far from a safe place. This is a horrific place.
I mean, except for the knives. I mean, it's still.
I'll stab the first person.
No.
Well, do you have a term? Because I do. Look, I got to say it for people on this show. Okay. The amount of prep that gets sent in with the term throws shade at is one day there was 4 different stories with throw shade.
Here's what I'm going to say about throw shade. And I don't want to be one of those people who are like, I was on that ship long before.
Right.
But shade comes from reading, okay? Like shade is a drag queen term.
I didn't know this.
That started a long time ago. If you look up Miss Dorian Corey explaining the term shade, you could even probably look up shade comes from reading. You will find a clip of Dorian Corey. Now look at this. This is from Paris is Burning.
Okay.
All of the same thing, then you have to go to the fine point. In other words, if I'm a black queen and you're a black queen, we can't call each other black queens because we're both black queens. That's not a read. That's just a fact. So then we talk about your ridiculous shape, your saggy face, your tacky clothes.
Let me see what you are. Let's see. No paint. Yes, it's no paint. Motherfucking paint, girl. What? She wears more makeup than my mother does.
Then reading became a developed form where it became shade. Shade is, I don't tell you you're ugly, but I don't have to tell you because you know you're ugly.
All right, now how far back does that go?
So I don't know exactly, because I think that term shade even happened before that. It could have started maybe from that group that was in like the 60s and 70s.
So why is everybody saying it now? That's the thing.
I'm not sure why all the other youngsters have picked it up.
I don't mind that it's out there. I just, as I said, 4 different times in one day, somebody put a throw shade in the agenda. I'm like, enough of the throwing shade. By the way, I'll put this out to the masses, 844-ROCK-GOD, 844-ROCK-GOD, or at Bennington Show. If you're too embarrassed to pick up a fucking telephone, you can only Twitter tweet. What terms can you no longer stand? Pick up your phone, 844-ROCK-GOD. Gail, give me one for you.
Okay, this is the one that I cannot support in any way. I hate bae. Like, it's a term of endearment, B-A-E. She's my bae. Bae did this. I don't know how it got started, but it was one of those things where it was like bling, where it was like somebody said it and then immediately like companies started
almost
to say
like
it.
bae.
There's even a Twitter called Brand Saying Bae, where they're trying to like reach out to young people and say, like, see, we use your same language. First of all, terms of endearment of any kind are private. So I don't even like any, like, I don't like
my boo.
I don't like them. I respect the people have them, but that's your private time. And I don't like bae. I just don't like it. It bothers the shit out of me.
It's really annoying. And how Beyonce got pulled into Queen Bae.
Right.
Is that what that means?
It's like a double, like Beyonce and also just Bae, because Bae is so popular.
Yeah. All right, what about for you, Chris?
All right, there's a bunch. All right. First, there's jelly. When people say
she's jelly,
yeah, it's really just the shortening of jealous and then throwing in jelly just annoys the fuck out of me.
All right, here's one of the worst things
really
about
childish.
Slang like that is that when jelly started, I was like, that's so dumb. And then I started kind of saying it as a joke because of how dumb it is. And then you become the joke. Like now it comes out sometimes where I'm like, you're just being jelly. Don't be jelly. And I'm like, I think I just said jelly for real
instead of
as a joke.
Don't let yourself do that. All right. I see Joe wants to talk about it, but he fucked up the birthday. So Vito,
you're in.
What term can't you hear anymore?
I hate bye Felicia. When I hear people say bye Felicia.
All right, first of all, this is new to me. I never even heard it.
Bye Felicia?
Yeah, a lot of people will go bye Felicia, and like when they don't want to hear something, they'll go, what, bye Felicia?
You guys haven't heard this? Okay, it actually comes from, which is really funny that it was dormant for so long. It's a line from Friday. Which Felicia, remember like Felicia's like that really busted chick who was like, wants to hang out. She always wants to borrow stuff. And she's like, can I borrow your VCR? That's Felicia. Yeah. So there is a moment in which he says to her, she's asking for something and she goes, Bye, Felicia. And I don't know why. It had a resurgence, and now everybody's saying bye, Felicia.
All right, here is, let me go over here to William. William, what do you got? Your phone blows. Go ahead.
Sorry, though. I can't stand the whole Facebook fad of Women Crush Wednesdays or Throwback Thursdays, everything. Like, I've almost deleted my Facebook on multiple accounts.
Yeah, I have every right to. So he hates when somebody says somebody crushes something.
Right.
That's a Chris Stanley thing.
Yeah, I say that a lot.
And then he also hates WCW, Women Crush Wednesday.
What does that even mean?
So, a lot of times on Instagram on Wednesdays, women will say, hashtag WCW, this is Women Crush Wednesday. So even though I'm straight, this is a woman I have a crush on.
Oh, okay. I like this now.
It's like someone will put up a picture of like Angelina Jolie. She's my WCW.
Yeah. All right.
Very confused to me at first because I was like, none of these people are in the WCW.
Well, there isn't a WCW anymore, right?
I thought it was like old pictures of wrestlers.
Mm.
And Throwback Thursdays is annoying as fuck because people say it out loud, like TBT, bro. Like, what?
But then they put up their old pictures, right?
Yeah.
So I get that. And I get WCW too because it's just the day you put up a thing of a chick that you like.
Right.
All right, here's one that bugs me, and I'm hearing it all the time from my friends. Cat's pajamas. Like, we'll be out, we're at I'm at a cigar bar, and, we'll be sitting around talking about Raquel Welch or, some fine piece of ass we'd all like to nail. Lonnie Anderson came up the other night. We were talking about that for a while. And then somebody will say about a chick, that's the cat's pajamas. And I'm like, dude, first of all, I've never seen a cat sleep anywhere but naked. Right. So fucking stop it with this shit.
Just stop.
Yeah. And I was going to go back to my friend with it, but he passed away of natural causes.
Sad.
No, lived a full life.
Oh, okay.
David, Tennessee.
Yeah, the cat's pajamas and the bee's knee.
Oh, yeah, that's all that's everywhere now.
But what enrages me is when people say prego or pregnant.
Oh, I
can't
hate
stand that.
I say
Shortening
prego.
anything.
No,
Why?
you don't.
I don't know. I think it's fun to say prego.
I don't like pregs either.
Pregs is stupid.
I like PG.
I like prego.
Did you hear Rizzo's PG? But even worse than saying prego is the people who do their baby announcements and then they hold up a jar of Prego sauce.
Oh my God.
First of all, because you had to buy that sauce and that's just gross.
And now you're stuck with it.
And two, come on, like that's what you do.
And that causes miscarriages. I even hate those fucking cakes that you have to guess the color, whether it's blue or...
Oh, the birth, the gender announcement cakes.
It's fucking horrific.
I don't even know what that is, a gender announcement cake.
Yeah, like you invite everybody over, you cut into the cake, and if it's blue, means you're having a boy. If you're eating blue dye, it means that if you're eating pink dye, which... Yeah. The weird thing about it is Jeffrey Garian does enjoy wearing a pink jacket.
Yeah.
Does that mean gay? You tell me, but Paul Feig, fuck you. I was doing too much tuna before you came in and crushed it. Here's Doug. Doug.
Hey, Benningtons.
Hey.
So I've got two that we have to make a law that these got to be outlawed. The first is when people are describing concerts and they say, dude, it was so epic. It was an epic show. Everything's epic these days.
Might say epic. I think Chris Stanley says epic,
I say
too.
epic.
And Chris also says epic fail.
Yeah.
He does.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
I mean, I really do feel like that one's done.
Fail.
Epic fail.
Owned. Isn't that a good one?
Mike, Jersey.
Okay, cray.
You know what?
I don't know. Maybe younger people say it, but it's horrible.
I think it's okay to say that shit cray.
That shit cray. That's fun to say.
Terrible. But cray together is terrible.
I agree that the double up of cray is pretty bad, but it's hard not to once in a while throw in a that shit cray.
Eric in Kentucky.
Man, when something is cool and someone says, "Oh, that's the tits," that just absolutely drives me nuts.
You do it? You had your hand up? Oh. I will say this, though. If somebody hits a home run, I will still say, rip the pitcher's tits off.
That's true.
And I think that's fine. But if something's the tits, it doesn't bother me.
That's the tits.
I don't see a problem with
I'll also say epic tits or them tit cray.
I'll never say jelly tits, though.
My bae tits is cray.
My bae tit. Don't be jelly. My bae tits is cray.
I'll tell you one thing I've seen online that's maybe hate a slang term in real life. People just put AF after things, like that thing was crazy AF, meaning as fuck. So it makes me not
I
want
never
to say
even heard that.
It's fucking everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Every other sentence.
Oh, you know what I just remembered? I don't use social media. So here's the only social media that I do. If someone sees something on a website or Reddit and then writes to me, do you know about this? Well, I'm like, I have no fucking idea, but I'll look into it.
Unaware.
Yeah. The only thing I'll ever use social media for is if I see someone singing poorly on SNL, I'll run over and hit the hashtag SNL to see everybody just bash them.
Right.
The show blows.
It's the worst.
Did we do Joey? Birthday girl? Birthday bae? Birthday bae, your
Come
time.
on, bae.
I hate it when people say lit to describe like a party was super fun and good. They'll say, yeah, that party was lit.
See, the problem with that, lit, it comes from lit up, meaning coked up. Now you're fucking taking things that are for drug people and you're moving it over, and it's not fucking fair to drug people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want to get fucking lit the fuck up.
And I say I got lit the fuck up last night. That's the way I like to say it.
But
You do
don't
say
get
lit up.
You don't do coke.
I know, but I was only for coke. I thought
That's
it was
the only
also-
way I would have fucking used it.
Really?
If someone said we got lit up, I'm like, oh, let me stop by. And if I found out they had a lot of beer and fucking cheese puffs like at your house,
Oh, I love that
I'll
kind of
fucking
party.
take a little knife into everybody. I'll fucking turn this thing into a wet t-shirt party. Be fucking stabbing so many people. You know what? Let's check with our boy Kashmir. Seems like, you know what? Kashmir comes from a crowd that normally is on the edge of slang. You know, because those always gays, jazz, black jazz
true.
musicians. This is how most of our slang came from. What do you got?
Well, first of all, to counter Joey, I'm having a St. Patlet's Day party. Everyone's invited who doesn't hate it.
Okay.
You're all invited. But mine is fire. So it's like when something's like super cool, or like you're like, oh, that shit's fire. Oh, that's fire, honey. And I'm like,
I never even heard this.
Right? It's coming up. It's new, and I like hate it so much, but now I can't stop saying it.
Right.
Yeah.
But and everyone else, I'm like, oh, guys, that's like fire. Isn't that so annoying? They're like, yeah, stop fucking saying it. But I'm like,
Hey,
It's jelly syndrome.
have you seen the new Vice show on Cugation?
I started the first episode last night with my roommate, and it's so cool.
You love it?
I love it so much.
Which one did you say?
Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched that too.
Yeah.
And and I love because I looked at where the other places are going to be, and it's just so cool how they're going all over, like all these places that I didn't even like think of to like.
Now we know who's the dude on it.
Ian Daniel, he like is a live performer, documentarian type person who's friends with Ellen Page.
Does he do hardcore?
Does he do what?
Like hardcore porn?
Oh, not. It's more of a passion project for him.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
So, but he doesn't normally do porn, right? He's not like a gay porn star.
Not totally. No, I mean, I don't know. I might not be searching the right things, but
Maybe maybe
if you have any links, though,
I'm not going to have any links.
You're
to
an
that.
intern. Come on.
Yeah, if I gave you that link, I'm in trouble.
Send hardcore gay porn to the intern.
that's the subject line.
Now, Ron, we do need to talk to you about something.
I just asked him about it. I didn't do it to him.
It's a band name, I swear.
By the way, Kashmir, you ought to get dressed up today and watch Nancy Reagan's funeral. I know how much gays like old people's funerals.
They're so intriguing. I hope there's like a 3-part series next year on this, and I'll probably win like so many awards, and I'll be there for it.
Now, Kashmir, were you aware that shade was a drag term first?
Oh, hunty, yes. Yeah, right?
There we
What's
go.
that mean, hunty?
It's like a combination of honey and cunt that drag queens use. It's like, yes, hunty. Yes, go on.
So they're saying like you're my friend cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're my honey, you're my,
Right? You have,
you're my
you have
cunt.
some hunties very kiki. All of
Lock
our
the doors
extensions just got
tight.
longer there.
Hey, have we decided we hate Squad yet, or are we staying with it?
This is what I think I'm using it ironically, and I'm going to start using it like all the time now.
Jelly syndrome.
Yeah. That's how I started using bro.
Yeah, bro became a full-time fantasy for
But
you.
squad goals is the worst fucking hashtag I've ever seen in my entire life. Squad goals is bullshit.
I never even heard of this.
Yeah, squad. It's like, I think like Taylor Swift really popularized it, where she was like hashtag squad goals, and it's just her and her fucking rich friends hanging out.
I do like it then if Taylor does it.
Right.
Why?
That's
She's on the cutting
start
edge.
saying if I like stuff, that's so Taylor.
You're Tay.
Chris in L.A.
Yeah, the one that really, I think has gone away, but it really bothered me is no homo. Like, people are like, oh, I like salad, no homo. Or I like Steph Curry, no homo.
They were beaten into the ground. That was one that that people said we're just not putting up with anymore. You're just done with it. You don't get to say that.
It's pretty blunt, too.
Yeah. I always like to say no hetero. Like, I'll fucking order, I'll go, can I have a steak and lobster tail? No hetero. You know what I mean? When I say no hetero, it's like a play on the other thing. Is anybody back there? Am I just ordering into a dark window? Can't believe I'm not getting laughs here. And I'll go like this. Want to have a little knife party? You know what's great? I could stab somebody with this, with Chris's knife. Police could come pat me down, still couldn't find it.
It's perfect. That
this is definitely you should scratch in the side of this no hetero.
Yeah.
Pause used to be the precursor to no homo. So you'd say something like possibly gay, and then you'd say pause.
I never heard that
Like
before.
pause.
Like pause. Like, let me get some of that meat. Pause. I
don't get it.
I never heard that.
I don't get it.
It's from like rappers would do it, like Jay-Z would say it, and rappers of all sorts.
But you know what, Chris, you're my hunty.
Thank you. You're my hunty.
Hunty's over, guys.
You know what?
Why? We just got into it.
Let's say this. Chris and I are going on a hunting party, if you know what I mean.
You guys are changing the slang. We don't use it that way.
Yeah, we are now. Everybody going on a hunting party.
Oh, we're going.
Yeah.
We're dogs. I also ate FOMO.
Oh, well, hold on. This is so fucking annoying. Our buddy Kyle wrote this into us. My mom has a Jesus blog in which she only refers to my father as the hubster.
I feel bad saying this because I don't want to alienate people because I know a lot of women do it, but I really don't like hubby. But hubster is taking it to a level I don't think anyone can deal with that. Especially when the hubster's your dad.
All right, Vito, you normally use all this stupid shit because you're a failed dude, bro. But give us one for you.
I would say another one is YOLO.
That's done.
Yeah, it's dead.
That's already done.
No, but there's still a lot of people that
no one is doing it.
You know what's still alive that is annoying? Is that fucking FOMO bullshit. Fear of missing out, where people say FOMO. You've not heard of this?
Know this? You're aggravated. I'm not on enough social media because no one would say FOMO in real life.
Here's the thing. No FOMO for me because I'm not afraid. I'm happy to be home. And Netflix and chill. How has no one brought that one up yet?
That's fucking.
You want to Netflix and chill?
So fucking terrible. It's all the internet's fault.
Well, the internet is people, Chris. It's human beings.
We should have never been all connected because it just made shittier slang.
Hey guys, what do you want to start saying?
Yeah, you don't do it. Somebody has to go, that fucking FOMO thing is so cool. I got to start saying it to my friends. You're missing out. Remember when you were so FOMO that you were going to jump in front of a train?
I had FOMO that one time for missing a house party on Staten Island because my beeper didn't have fucking service on the fucking ferry.
This was 3 years ago.
So I'm at 59th Street, just looking down the tracks like, no one likes me. This sucks. I'm just going to throw myself from this fucking N train. Fuck this shit.
I was walking down the street today, and like, there's something that makes people look like they're in close encounters when they're waiting for a bus that I don't even see with a train look because they look like little kids that got really big eyes and they're just staring. It's like they can't wait to see their bus. I think train people are more frustrated than bus people.
The bus people are just, it's sadder kind of because the traffic in New York is so terrible.
Yeah, but I think that the big difference there is the confined space. I think people are like, I got to get out of here. That causes a lot of tension down there where people are like, I'm stuck underground. I have no way out, and my train isn't coming. Where a bus, at least, you can hop in a cab if you have to.
Yeah.
There's other options.
It's fucking dank down there, too, you know?
Yeah.
You're just like, I think I just smelled the fart from the 30s. 'Cause you know there's all kinds of shit hanging around. There's like still TB down there.
In the the old closed ones, there's all sorts of weird shit. Plus dudes living there. The closed stations.
Well, we're going to be talking in just a couple of minutes to a man who was face slashed while waiting for a train. This is New York City's latest craze, because people just have tiny little knives like this and they slash face. Doug Smith is going to be stopping in a few minutes. He's a guy that we know, but he put together this bit.
Secret weapon.
Hold the stuff for. You can find this on his Twitter page. Who Doug Smith? Secret Weapon is the name of it.
Yes, on YouTube.
There's Hogan. Every day does he wear the black on black?
That's like his only suit. At least he has multiple copies of it.
He'd have to.
What if he shaved the stash for the court dates?
He had a crazy thing yesterday where he said Terry Bollea does not have a 10-inch cock, kind of meaning Hulk Hogan does, not Terry Bollea. Like guys who fucking stay in their character too long, they get weird. Because Gawker was saying, look, he doesn't mind his sexuality. He bragged about his 10-inch cock. And he's like, something along the lines like, no, Terry Bollea does not have one. That's from Hogan.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and that's where it starts to get bananas.
Who am I speaking to now? Is this Terry?
Look at me, brother. Bringing out this monster dick for everybody to take a look at. Dropping the ball drop on you right now.
Is that what he meant by take your vitamins?
This shit gets fucking crazy, though. Matt in New York, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? I got a word I hate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's darty.
What is it?
Darty.
Darty. It's day drinking. It's day partying.
We're having a darty. I've never heard this.
Dartying.
The weird thing is, I used to be a dartier.
Love darty.
Yeah, darty's great. I didn't know we had a name for it.
This feeling of accomplishment that I would have when I went into a bar before noon and then closed it.
Yeah.
And anytime that you're there, as the one waitress has to tell you this is the other one's taking over.
We have to close you out and then you'll start a new tab.
Or when a waitress is, when you order another round and she's like, seriously, guys?
Come on, guys.
This isn't ending?
It's darty still going on.
All right, this is Becky. She's going to take care of you guys.
We're having a darty. A drinking in the daytime. I'd never heard it before, but I kind of like it.
I like darty.
I can't believe Jimmy Buffett hasn't written a song about it.
Darty hard.
Trying to catch me riding darty.
Catch me riding darty. What are you tapping around over there for?
Checking it on Doug Smith.
He's got 10 minutes.
He's fine.
You want to get your fucking tapped finger cut off? Because here's the little knife that'll do it for you.
Don't. I'm putting my fingers away.
Don't you hate it when something's called ye old? I mean, I can't put up with it anymore.
Hate it.
Yeah.
It's not that old.
What's he saying that for?
I don't know.
He's like the new Michelle.
So true.
I'll tell you this. We learn more from Kashmir than anyone else here.
I know. He's full of wisdom.
Would you and Kashmir ever go on a gaycation?
Are you kidding me? Gaycation, all I've ever wanted.
Gaycation, all I ever wanted. I can't.
Gaycation, yeah, we're gonna slay.
You're getting in. Come
Slay,
in here.
bitch.
Get in here. Switch out with him, Vito.
Kashmir immediately.
Yeah, come on in. We'd rather have you in here. We need you for a break. You guys haven't done any scopes lately.
I know.
Yeah, you don't watch the phones while he comes in. And then you're going to run down, You think no, you sit over here. You don't have to fucking worry about that. Thought you would grab the vacation song since that's what we were singing. So, you teach us about slang, but I feel like we're in the gaycation show just at the same time as you, and I think that speaks volume for us.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a lot of gay friends?
A few. A lot of them have started like coming out of the woodworks and closets as the college years has gone on.
Because it's not easy for a young man to make, okay.
Right? Yeah, they just have to find the right outfit, the right choices. It's hard. Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. Now, yesterday, and for a long time, Jeffrey Gurian told us he was playing Pride Week, and then we found out he was just in the Stonewall and fucking this time
Months
of the year.
before.
It's March.
Because the parade's in June, yeah.
Yeah. So why did he think gay pride? Is he just crazy? Or was he trying to look better than everybody?
I was there when he said it, and he said, like, I'm playing gay pride. That's how he said it. And then said...
But remember when I said, wait, are you going to be in the parade? And he goes, we should have our own parade. But what does that even mean? Why would you just say that out of nowhere? There's an actual parade.
Give us the truth.
You might just think he's changing it like National Women's Month is every month. Gay pride parades are every day.
I know.
New York's going to lose a lot of money, but it'll be covered in glitter.
Chris, you ever been to the gay pride?
Never been to the gay pride parade.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Is it because you feel like you would be looking at bodies you couldn't compete with?
Is that what it is?
It makes me feel bad about myself.
So accepting.
They like bears.
Yeah,
But I'm not hairy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, what are you then? If you're a bear but you're not hairy.
Bear twink?
Shea Bear. Shea Bear Club. A bear twink. That's a cub. And a cub is
And
like
that's
a
a
young
thing.
hairy dude,
Yeah,
right?
so he's, yeah.
And I just found out about otters not too long ago.
What are otters?
Otters are like slimmer bears. So they're hairier,
But
but they're not.
And they're usually tanner than a cub. So basically, skinny people that are not white.
Yeah.
They're
And
otter.
hairy.
Yeah, the otter
they're
ones.
otter.
Yeah.
With a fair amount, like not
Yeah.
uncontrollable hair, but.
Well, that's what
I would have thought that otters were always hanging out at water parks. Wow, look how fast Nancy Reagan's motorcade is. They're just fucking flying.
Relax.
Yeah, bring it down a little bit. Give us a chance to mourn. Either that or you guys running away from the cops.
They're trying to go to South by too. They're like, all right, let's get this one.
There's an otter picture?
Yeah.
An otter dude.
He looks like the guy from The Slap.
Oh, Anthony, no, Zachary Quinto?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
I
point.
saw him in here not too long. It was like last year. It was when The Slap came out. We didn't have him on our show, but he's very intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Spock, too.
Yes. He's an intense guy. And I think he probably goes in the otter category.
I think he slapped that child for real. I didn't even think that was acting.
The slap.
He's like, oh, we're filming? Okay, cool. What's up?
Yeah, like when I saw him, I'm like, yeah, he fucking slapped that kid. Boy, The Slap was one of those shows that started so big for the first episode, way smaller, and then like 5 episodes in, I'm the only one going, you guys still watching The Slap? No, buddy? Slap?
Is that one done season?
You ever get like that with a show and you expect other people to do it? Because I got into the J-Lo cop show.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't keep up with it. And Dave has been texting me about it, and I just not answering back because I've been like, I'll text him back after I catch back up again.
It's just not going to happen.
And you know how he has a shizzle list or something like that he does? It's like a shit list?
Oh, yeah, the shizzle list.
Is that what it's called, the shizzle list?
I believe so.
Or is it shizzer? It's
shitties?
No, not shitties. You're fucking shitty. You don't even watch your own partner show. So he has his shizzer list last night, and he put Black Earl on it. And because
Why is he getting shizzard?
He's getting shizzard for this. So Dave asked me to do the show, and I just don't want to go on as myself. I want to, because the show's crazy. I want to bring some fun to it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go on the show and like blindfold Dave and see if he could guess who Earl was. Fucking Earl will not do the show. He says he's busy. Now you're either seating people or going to a fucking, running around with your camera. You're not busy, Earl. You can do this. So I finally just squealed. Dave, I can't get Earl to do the show.
So now he's on the shizzer list.
Shizzer list.
Who else shows up on this list?
He says the guy that stole the term points from him.
Okay. At midnight?
Yeah, at midnight, stole the term points. Who else has been on the shizzer list? He gets angry with people. He says somebody else stole something from him, too.
JB Smooth maybe got thrown on that list?
No, he did not go after JB because he knew he was wrong.
Well, it's good to know, at midnight and Earl.
He's mad at midnight.
Shizzer sisters. 2 of them together.
Or is it Shizer? Is it Shizzer or Shizer? Pete's what's his name from New Material Seinfeld. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pete
Holmes.
Holmes.
Yeah.
Holmes.
He says Pete Holmes stole something from him.
No.
Yeah, he did. He always says people steal things from him. And a lot of times I know he did it second. All right, I'm going to say it every time I know he did it second. But he is right about Earl.
Hey, Earl's Shizer all the way. Or Sheezer.
Which is it? Someone tell. If it's Shizer, that would be shit in German.
Yeah, it's German, yeah.
Ooh.
So I've been saying Shizer for no reason.
You get the knife thrown.
Chris?
Please.
On your toes, Chris. If you can dodge it.
I think I can.
All right, let him say this, but you can't say it out loud.
Don't say this out
Something
loud.
for you to feel bad about, though, about yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So now, don't you feel bad?
Yeah. Oh.
Both, though.
Both.
I'll take the little knife right now. I have to trim my beard now.
Joseph says, anytime anyone says little taste, I want to kick them in the nuts. Yeah, I don't give out any taste either.
Little taste.
I want a little nibble. Yeah.
Here's Gia in Long Island.
Hey guys, I'm way behind. Sorry, once again.
No worries, darling.
But my pet peeve is my baby mama or daddy, father, mother. Oh, it drives me.
It's baby daddy or
baby mama.
Yeah.
What happened to just like the correct form of possession? Can you just say my baby's father? Am I wrong, or am I just
No? I mean, there's a reason for slang. It's to make life a little more enjoyable. And when I'm running around, normally on Fridays when I got to drop off cash to my baby mamas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I give everybody a taste.
Yeah.
I never get any money from Bennington's baby daddy. He's my baby. He's my baby, and I wouldn't expect to know. He baby daddy is.
I feel like I just got insulted.
Here's what happened. Years ago, she named the cat after us, so she's fucking insane. She's insane.
Oh, off the show. It's my baby Bennington. Yeah, he's a little. Oh my.
Never fall for that. It's actually a person.
He's very He's really.
Yeah, God send the picture and so Gail can
Please
see it.
do.
I will. He's got it. She's got a brand new big baby girl brother. Big dog Pound Cake is his sister. So
Pound Cake.
Named after the radio show Pound Cake.
Perfect.
That's like an adorable dog.
Pound Cake.
All right, talk to you later, darling.
I had eye operations. I'm a little loopy, but you just stirred me up today.
You know what?
I'm gonna
enjoy your meds. Enjoy your meds. Don't fight it. That's my motto. Never fight the meds.
Ride the snake.
Man, we haven't talked to Chuck in forever. What's up, Chuck?
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, man?
Good, buddy.
Listen, I got a couple of things. One, when I hear these motherfuckers say this all the time, I want to punch somebody in the throat. You hear these fuckers say over and over, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? God damn, that drives me crazy.
There was a thing where, what's his name was doing it from Public Enemy. It was doing the weather report. And he said, you know what I'm saying? Something like 17 times in a minute and a half.
And then another one down south, I think it means it's cool or we're having a good time or we're going crazy. People say, we're balls out.
We're balls out, yeah.
We're balls out. I just don't understand that. We got our balls out, we're having a good time, or
Yeah,
a couple of buddies.
Balls out means really going for it, right, Chris?
Yeah.
You just balls out.
Yeah.
Nothing's left out. Nothing's left back.
Yeah.
Well, I know Pitt Stanley's balling out all the time.
Oh, he does.
It's a lack of underwear, Chuck.
It's actually an
I'm not,
HR
man.
issue.
Y'all have a good week. I'm headed up to the tournament.
You take care, my friend. Bye.
Peace.
Hard Rock Johnny wants to jump in on this.
I actually wanted to jump in on the Earl situation with Dave.
Okay, give it to me because he's very busy.
Earl is so busy. Yesterday, him and Lily did a Periscope with 3 people watching it for over an hour, and I was one of them.
Dude, all they had to do was tell me, and I would send people over. People would love to see fucking Earl and Lily together.
They sat by the Freedom Tower. Lily ate a croissant, and Earl just talked about Zuccotti Park.
Oh.
It was possibly the worst scope I've ever seen, but I couldn't stop watching it.
And in the meantime, he's fucking putting 4 people at a 2-top.
I will give him any time off that he needs to do the Eastside Dave, to whatever that show is, Dave's show. I will give him whatever the amount of time he needs to get over there. He had plenty of free time.
Would you do me a favor and would you Twitter that to both Dave and Earl because I just say that Earl will be fired if he doesn't show up, because I could show you text that he's turning me down time and time again.
This is bullshit.
And he's saying he's so busy. And I want to show everybody visually his new project. Fucking hysterical. I'm trying to get him, he's doing shirt designs now.
Right.
And they're pretty amazing. Johnny, I need to get together for an early dinner, late lunch with you sometime soon.
Anytime, I'm here.
We got to talk a little revolution, if you know what I mean.
I'm totally down with revolution. By the way, I'm trying to start a fight with Earl and Al Dukes again. I'm tweeting that Earl would fight Al, and Al's ready to fight him, and Earl refuses to fight. I'm not fighting him. I was in the best shape of my life when I beat him.
First of all, was he? I mean, I'm sure he was in the best shape, since then. You know what I mean? He hasn't been in that good a shape again. But I doubt he was in the best shape of his life. Al Dukes keeps asking me to be on his podcast, and I'll always go, absolutely. And then I never answer him back, right? And he goes, well, can we do it this month? He goes, I got every date, but March 18th is the only day I can't do it. And I'll write back to him. 18th is my only day that I'm open. I'm going to check with Chris. This has been going on now for probably close to a year. But his podcast is very intrusive. He asks a lot of personal questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's almost like he's trying to unmask you. You should probably talk to him about that.
Well,
It's
first of
probably not
all,
fair.
Unmasked is always about creativity, not personal stuff.
Just happens to be called Unmasked.
Yeah. I didn't name it.
Yeah, I know.
Eric Logan named it. I also didn't name GPS.
Nope, we did not.
It's very rare. They let you be creative about everything but the name, and then they feel like, I know branding. All right, we got a break here. Doug Smith is here. He'll be on with us in just a couple of moments. He is a victim of a Subway face slashing who's turned it into pure comedy. All right, before he gets here, let's look at the pictures of him stabbed.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
that's gigantic.
Now, here's the thing. We probably should have, warned people about that. Disturbing.
An S.
Oh, that's huge.
He actually looks like a dead person laying there, right?
Oh, God.
Wow, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
Well, there's a saying down south where Gail grew up.
Mm-hmm.
When life throws you a gator, you got to make Gatorade. Mm-hmm. And he has turned this. Into comedy gold.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot of heart, spirit, talent.
When life throws you a Judy, make it a Judy Gold. You never know what you're going to do.
Anything.
Yeah. I made it an Andrew Gold for a while.
They throw stuff at you, you make it into a different thing. That's how it goes.
That's how it works.
But you use the name of that thing.
Something, Chris, that life would throw at us.
Like shit. They throw shit at you.
Oh, my God. Why is that where you go?
Shit.
So first,
sandwich.
it's easy enough. Life throws you shit, you turn it into a shiitake mushroom. It's that easy.
Great.
Give us another one.
Okay, a car accident.
Oh,
you not get the fucking bit that we're doing here. So you use, first of all, 2 words as long as you possibly can. We're right back with Doug Smith, Bennington. Welcome back to Bennington. Coming up soon, your chance to come and see it Unmasked with Bonnie McFarlane, and then we'll also give you a free book, a new book, and signing afterwards.
Yes, so go to theinterrobang.com for free tickets, and it's going to be Tuesday, March 15th at the Village Underground in New York City.
It's called the social activity of the entire summer, and I believe that it's true.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there.
Doug Smith is here.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very funny man. We've had him on the show before, but we did not know this story until we got a call from the Interrobang that he is a Subway slashing victim, and you've turned that horrific nightmare into a comedy series, which makes no sense at all. How are you, Doug? Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me back. That's the sickness of comedians, man. As I was standing on the sidewalk bleeding all over myself, I thought at least I get a bit out of this.
See, I got a sweet chunk here. Finally, a closer that I've been looking for. But it is true. It does separate you from the pack because we're at a time right now where slashing victim is about as hip as you can get in New York City. It doesn't end.
Way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, you got in on the ground floor.
Hipster Scarface over here.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this. A scar is to a tattoo, right? As the Beatles are to the Bay City Rollers. You are so much fucking cooler with a scar than with a tattoo.
Right?
Particularly a face scar, where you want to wear it.
It's a good look.
And it's a good spot, too. I mean, like, any lower, my jugular would have been gotten. I would have died on the spot. And any higher, a guy just got slashed last week. You have a bunch of nerves at the top of your cheek. Any higher, you get paralysis of the face.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy was like, I just want to give him a good story, get him in a sweet spot.
Yeah.
Well, what exactly, by the way, the picture is up, and it is disturbing because that
picture
is
like a second mouth.
Yeah. It's the Joker where, I'm going to give you that smile.
Yeah.
You ever wonder how I got this scar? But is there another picture, too, of, like...
Is me bandaged up?
Yeah, there's a bandaged up shot. Is that you? I guess they didn't put that one, just that one.
There's one here.
The bandage shot is on the homepage. So what we need to do is have our guys go to the site before the show starts, see how this works. So there's his bandaged up. Now, here's the thing. You're a handsome guy, but this gives you more character, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be a baby face for the rest of your life. You got character. Now, before we get into the story, how does your family feel about you doing this?
The series?
Yeah.
Or
well, how did you family? I guess they wanted you to leave New York immediately, right?
No, they really weren't all that concerned. My dad lost an eye in a barbecuing accident.
Okay.
And my brother almost lost a hand in a chainsaw accident. So they've both been put through the ringer. So now was my time to have some horrible freak accident.
And your mother lost her virginity in a poker game. So anything can happen.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So your family is born
Very
under a bad
accident-prone,
sign.
yes.
Yeah. Well, yours not so much an accident. Why don't you tell us the story of what happened with you?
So it was 5 years ago now. I was coming home from a show in the East Village. It was a Thursday night, and I went down into the 2nd Avenue subway station, and this will come into play later. On my way down the stairs, I passed a girl who was crying and acting super traumatized, and I was, obviously something horrible had just happened to her. So I go down into the station, and I swipe my card, I go through the turnstile, and coming up from the up onto the mezzanine from the downtown platform is a girl running up the stairs, and behind her is a guy groping at her and grabbing her ass. And like, he wasn't trying to mug her, like he was really just roughing her up. And she's screaming her head off, and everyone's just kind of, keeping the blinders on, just plowing right by him. And then he eventually throws her up against the wall, hauls off, and punches her in the face, like hard, like rocks her, like he was hitting a man. And then the just as I do in the intro of the series, I said to him, hey buddy, that's a lady.
Right. Like that's going to snap some sense into him. Yeah, that's great. Like he's going to be like, oh, it's the last time I leave the house without my glasses. So he kind of turned to look at me like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then he hauled off to hit her again. I removed Buddy from the equation, yelled a few expletives in his direction, and he saw I wasn't going anywhere, so he lets her go. She goes running out of the station. Then he's, turns his attention on me, and he's coming at me, and he's saying, what you gonna do, motherfucker? What you gonna do? And I'm, fucking terrified at this point. I've never been in a fight before. He's back, and at this point, ironically, no one is in this. It's a pretty busy station, especially on a Thursday night, No one is on this mezzanine area at all. He's coming at me. He gets me against the wall. I got nowhere to go, so I step in and I take a swing, but I've never been in a fight. I'm about as far away from him as I am from you, 6 feet. So just swing and a miss, and then he comes in, hits me, and then I come back and I kicked him in the stomach, but
I never been in a fight, so when I kicked him, I was like, you know, just a sissy ass kick in the stomach. Got him. He went running out of the station. I felt like king shit, you know. I was like, I showed him, and then I was ready to go down the stairs to get on the train and go home, and a girl, finally coming up from the uptown side, she stopped me. She was like, oh my God, you have a massive laceration on your face. And then I looked down and blood was just pouring down my jacket. And I was like, oh my God, I felt nothing. It was just, you know. So it turns out he had a razor blade between his fingers. So he didn't have it. He must have, I don't know if he reached into his pocket or what, but he didn't cut her. He punched her.
Right.
So obviously I assumed that it was just a punch with me too. So she gave me a wad of napkins, stuck the napkins on my face. She escorted me up to street level, called 911. I go up street level, and this girl that I passed going down into the station that was crying, she's up there talking to the cops already. Turns out this same guy had punched her moments before I went down there and helped this other chick out. So he was just going for broke that night, just roughing up a bunch of ladies. So, you know, went to the hospital, got stitched up. It's 23 stitches, which you would think it would be more. I mean,
it looks like it would be a lot more.
A lot of these slashings that I've heard about recently, there was a guy that got slashed the other day. It was 150.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's 23. Is 150 decapitation?
No.
Insane.
150 means we're going to do the best we can not to leave a scar. When your thing looks like it got done on the cheap there. Like, we're in no hurry. This guy, he's got a right side. So, the guy was eventually caught?
Yeah, they, 2 detectives came in that night, and, you know, I gave them a description. They came back like 20 minutes later with like 10 mugshots, and I picked the guy out, and I was pretty positive it was him, but luckily the other girl picked the same dude out, so we were on the same wavelength.
Sure.
And, I don't want to throw an innocent man in the slammer. And then, yeah, they found him outside the same station 3 days later, wearing the same clothes, the same bucket hat, the same white jacket. And so he didn't even go into hiding. He was like, this is the spot.
So he definitely was some kind of crazed person.
Well, his only, I don't know whether he snapped that night or his only prior, he was a homeless guy, a 51-year-old homeless guy. His only priors were panhandling and public intoxication.
Same as Chris Stanley.
Yeah. So that could be you.
I didn't even know panhandling was a problem in this city because I never see anybody get arrested for it.
No,
Yeah.
me neither.
They say it's frowned upon, but I've never actually seen someone.
I've seen the same guy, the same place for like years now.
Yeah.
Like it's a job.
Yeah.
Like he set up.
He shows up on time.
Punches in every day.
Hard day.
Get some overtime.
So it's a horrifying story when something like that happens. Now, did you, once he was got, did you have to do anything else with him or?
I did, yeah. So, I had to go. Well, the night that I got caught, I was worried about my own, problems with the law because the night that I got it and I was standing on the street waiting for the cops to show up, I'm standing there with a wad of napkins on my face and I realized I had just bought a 1/4 ounce of weed earlier that day.
Sure.
So I have weed in my backpack and I'm all freaking out. I was like, oh my God, what if they bring me into the station? What if they go through my shit? And they're like, look what I just did. I don't think they're gonna fucking roll it and light it for me if they find it.
Sure.
So I had to go to the courthouse. I had to go to the police station and pick him out of a lineup. And then I had to go to the courthouse to testify against him about 2 weeks later. And, during my recovery, I was all hopped up on Vicodin. I wasn't smoking it. I couldn't even hardly drink anything through a straw. So the idea of even smoking any weed for the pain was not even on my radar. And as I was walking into the courthouse, I remembered I still had not taken that weed out of my backpack.
Okay, you're really.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I was like, all right. I like faked a phone call, and the security guard was like, sir. And I was like, oh, why is this always a problem? And I go outside, and I they had like a bunch of landscaping, and I like dug a little hole in the mulch, dropped it in the mulch, kicked the mulch over it, went inside. And this guy was, that was the scariest part of the whole thing. Just this cold, dead stare, no remorse. He just staring me dead in the eyes. I had to be like, that's the guy.
So they didn't even do it like through the glass or whatever, where you picked the guy out, or this was you go into court. So this was the actual court case, right? This was
right.
a preliminary thing.
Yeah. So I had to go to the station and pick him out of a lineup, and then later
Yeah.
on, like, was it 2-3 weeks later, I had to go to the courthouse, and, you know, they had all the photos of, you know, evidence photos, and they had actually retrieved the razor blade that he used too. So it had my blood on it, had his fingerprints on
Was
it.
the grand jury sitting there when both of you were together? Or?
There was a jury, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, was it a grand jury or jury? You were actually in a trial?
It was very quick. There was definitely a jury there, you know, and the prosecuting attorney.
So that would be like probably a
It would have to. He didn't have a
regular-
defense attorney asking you any questions, right?
No, he did, but they didn't have a pontificin, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
So that was a regular trial then.
But how? I never heard of one that took place that fast.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
That's amazing. So that had to be weird for you, staring at the guy.
my
who,
timeline of thing. I mean, it was enough of a kind of a mind fuck that it could have been. It might have been longer than that.
Yeah.
How long does it usually take? A couple months? Maybe
No,
2 months?
sometimes it takes like a year before, if this guy says not guilty and it goes to trial.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to talk to a lawyer about it in New York, but you might have only been in front of a grand jury where they go whether or not, and then the guy has to cop a plea.
Right.
But they don't normally put you in front of the person who assaulted you. There's a lot of people that can't handle that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people. You know, one of the tough things about getting people to accuse, you know, women or whatever, they don't want to look at the person who did this to them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously you're a hero, but you know what you're saying, like you haven't weed. The girl who you protected and she ran for all you know, she had some parking tickets or, you know what I mean? Like people feel like they can't go to the cops because of minor things
Right.
like that they have.
Happens
like a little
all
bit
the
of it a
time.
week. Yeah.
Well, I gotta be honest, the hero thing is kind of funny to me because, like, she got away from him, but he, you know, he came at me, you know, slashed me open and then went running out of the station too. I hope he didn't catch up with her. I mean, I hope she got enough of a head start, you know? I always wondered, like, Jesus Christ, what if he caught up with her? And it's like, well, look what kind of shit you got me into.
Yeah. Who knows?
You know?
Yeah, no, that's why it's
So,
always.
I hope the hero standing is in effect, but I mean, I really just deterred him for a little while.
Yeah, I don't think that was his girlfriend, though. I think he was just going around.
That's what I thought at first. I think that's what everybody else thought.
Yeah.
They were like,
grabbing
"Oh, geez.
and
not my
choking at
business."
women, you know?
See a couples therapist.
Yeah. You know, we could have worked it out if this fucking do-gooder didn't get involved. So, did you ever suffer any post-traumatic stress from this, or?
I didn't really. I mean, the worst part of the whole thing was a few weeks after I got my stitches out and I was healing up fairly well. I was brushing my teeth one night and I noticed like a clear liquid dripping out of my scar, and I was like, "That's just, you know, residual wound goop, whatever." Kept up for days. Went back to the doctor, and turned out when the guy cut me, he hit my salivary gland, so I was drooling out of the side of my face.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh man, this is we have never really seen this before." They're like, "We might have to cut you open all over again and do like minor surgery." And so he's like, "It may heal up on its own, but let's schedule a surgery." And that was a nightmare, actually, trying to get insurance coverage for that surgery and to find a doctor. I guess it's such a tricky, uncommon surgery that there was like only one NYU doctor that was like qualified to do it. So that period waiting for that surgery, which was almost a month, was the worst part of the whole thing. Because like anytime I would eat, I would just turn into a slobbering Saint Bernard. You know,
Right.
like I had to put a towel over my lap. It would just pour out of my face.
I mean, you
couldn't eat in public. And I
you
had
could take a bucket. You could just sit there with a bucket under you. Good food.
tie a bedpan under my neck. And so, I had to keep changing like gauze that was taped to my face like 5, 6, 7 times a day. And eventually, I swear to God, I ended up just cutting up squares of maxi pad and taping that to my face because that was the most absorbent.
The weird thing is I do that anyway. And you're the first other Yeah, that's my thing. So you're the only other person I heard that was into that. That's great. But this
It's a weird
story,
fetish.
so at what point do you decide, let's make this into a comedy web series?
Well, it was after it happened. I mean, it was great joke fodder. I mean, I probably got, I got booked more then in those few months after that than I do now. It was like everybody wanted to come and talk about it.
Sure.
So like, I was just doing my 10 minutes on this story.
Yeah.
So I knew it was going to be good comedy fodder. And then I think the idea for the series came when in the first episode, I do something where I make a shank out of a paper plate.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually did that on a train a few years ago. There was some wingnut on the train who was like screaming at the voices in his head and pacing the car and punching windows, and everybody was just staring at the floor, ignoring him. And I was eating a slice of pizza, and I finished my pizza, and I like subconsciously just started folding this plate. And then I eventually looked down and I'm holding this shank that really could have done some damage. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm the fucking lunatic.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Everyone's now looking at me like, we gotta keep an eye on this guy. And then I was like, I never would have done that before this.
Sure.
So it made me, I wouldn't say I had like PTSD, like I can still go in that same subway station, I can still use a razor blade, but like, I'm hyper vigilant. I'm like constantly on the alert for lunatics now. So I thought, like, what if I turn this into something where I'm like this hyper vigilant, like urban survival expert who teaches people how to like bop their way through the city.
That's hilarious, man.
But a lot of it, the first episode is more of like a self-defense thing, but a lot of the subsequent, the two subsequent episodes and the other episodes I have written that I hope to shoot deal with it. It's really just kind of like a life hack for surviving New York City.
Sure.
Like how to urinate in public, how to take a cab without paying for it, how to deal with like the clipboard charity people on the street, it's just like.
Well, I have post-traumatic stress in New York and nothing even happened to me. And yet I still feel like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that tonight. Chris, you ever dealt with lunatics in the subway like that? Or
well, yeah, there was that one time where I passed out. I was drunk, passed out on the N train, and then I came to like a stop away from my stop. It was like the old subways where it's a long bench.
Yeah.
And so I'm just laid out across the whole thing, passed out on my back. I come to, and I open my eyes, and I just see a crotch of a dude in like torn up jeans, and his hands down his pants, and he's just like going at it, and he's masturbating at me. And then I had to get up and run into the next car.
Wow.
No.
How flattering is that?
I felt pretty good about myself.
You are. I mean, you have
like me.
You have the face of an angel.
All these gals, and you choose me.
And the thing was, he actually wasn't sleeping, and he got money to do it. So that's the weird part of the story.
So hot.
Yeah.
You can see all of Doug Smith's episodes, Secret Weapon, on Doug's YouTube channel. You can find the link on the Twitter page at Who Doug Smith, and also the article is up on the iBang
with the beautiful 1930s to baseball card looking picture there.
Yes,
look how it looks like. Look down to it. It kind of looks like this would come in a tobacco sack, and Ty Cobb was slashed. It just has an old time look about it. I don't know.
It does,
right? Yeah, what filter is that?
You certainly look like you're in a morgue. So, yeah. I mean, it could
Lifeless.
look like, like, again, it would look like a Civil War soldier killed.
Exactly.
Luckily, I never saw it. There was one point when I was in the ambulance and they were wrapping me up that I caught my reflection in the window, a tiny glimpse. But luckily, I didn't have to see it because
you stayed away from all that. Smart.
Yeah, but my wife showed up right as they were unbandaging me in the hospital. So
to divorce you?
She's the person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't be with this freak. I'm surprised she didn't divorce me when I was drooling out of the side of my face.
She's just your wife's just screaming, right?
Oh yeah. She was
now,
sobbing.
did she worry when you left the house after that? Did she pick up on?
She always worries about me a little bit late at night now.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that happened. But I don't know. I like to think that I got that out of the way. Hopefully nothing like that.
So, like, if you get hit by lightning once, boom, right. I did mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm done now. Yeah.
Paid my dues. Which means I also never have to help out any other ladies.
Right.
I see that again. It's like,
you did your duty.
Your turn. Your turn, buddy. Get in there. But see, the thing is, you got a great hero story, not just a story. Like, if it was you're standing there and someone attacked you, okay. But you're a hero.
Yeah,
You
what
can-
if him and I were just fighting over the same woman, right? And he won.
Or the same sandwich. I mean, it could have been really embarrassing. No, Joe, you can't jump in because you wear glasses, right? And that's
yeah.
You have to worry about that.
Well, I don't want them to break.
Yeah, I get it.
And
When a woman is in peril, he just points at his glasses.
Sorry.
I would if I could.
I
But
scratched them last night.
What's today's date, Chris?
Today is the 9th.
Of what?
March 9th.
It's 80 degrees out today.
Yeah.
80 fucking degrees.
insane. It's crazy
That's
out
the
there.
latest temperature, 80 degrees.
Yeah. That's too much.
No. Well, somehow the Earth is barreling into the sun, and there's nothing we can do to stop it.
Dear God.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day to be horrified at our impending doom.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow it's going to be 140. So enjoy today.
I'm killing myself.
Well, you haven't. You won't have to kill yourself.
I'll take care of it for you.
Do it for you.
If anyone can save us, it'll be Doug Smith, though. I mean, that's kind of
I
your
really
thing.
do believe
I'm going to fuck up that sun.
Yeah, if we need to shoot somebody into the sun to stop this madness,
You say, hey, son, that's an Earth.
Yeah.
Put
It's
me
an
on a
Earth
rocket
there.
ship with my paper plate shank. I'll take care of biz.
By the way, I do have a small knife here today, and I want to, but I'm going to give this to you just to stand. I took this off of Chris earlier, like a teacher has. So I'm going to give it back to him in the summer break.
Yes.
Last day.
I know,
When get
you were
back-
hoping when you pulled that I would just start convulsing on the floor,
You know
foaming
what?
at the mouth.
If I even found out that you felt bad like that, I would just start jabbing myself in the neck with it. I didn't mean it.
I'm sorry.
With this knife, you couldn't even hurt yourself, though. It's just, I don't even think I could give somebody one stitch with this knife.
No, that's it looks like a nail file.
But now, do you watch TV every time that we have a Subway slasher? Because it's pretty common.
Yeah, it's super common. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really nothing all that special anymore.
Yet you did it before it was cool,
Yeah.
and the fact that you've now made a video about it,
I'm glad I
think,
got to jump on it because
Yeah.
I'm sure some other comedians will get slashed eventually. But
Yeah.
You'll be the
I
first.
beat him. I beat him to it.
Let me tell you something. I saw Springsteen at Widener College, and I'm still talking about it. You know what I mean? Born on the Run hadn't even come out yet. And I can stop a party by even bringing that up. And have. Because I'll be like, hey, you like Springsteen? I'm losing this crowd. Anybody here like Springsteen? Yeah. Were you the person at the party that was yelling like that? Yeah, tell us more. Yeah. Bruce stories. Remember when he couldn't do his own promo?
I know, that was so bizarre.
I'm a
A
weird
voice
dude.
that you do multiple times every day.
I couldn't read it.
What happened?
It came time for him to do this read of his, what we call it Army Man, because you know how when you're a little kid and you're playing Army Man, you're like, ah, fucking burning! Oh my God, my legs! They're on fire! And that's universal. Children all over the world will do that with the little green Army Man.
Because you can't actually yell because you'll be in trouble. So it's like it's a whisper yell.
It's a whisper yell. Yeah, well, he does that on a constant level. We were like, oh, that's funny. Let's turn it into a promo. And then we were doing our thing, and when he was yelling out, he was like this, oh my God! We're like, what? All right. When we would stop it, we go, why have you changed the voice?
It's different?
Yeah.
And we were actually coaching him on physical things that that we just know that he does. Like, you get quiet over here and you go down to, and we're like, go down to the left, like near the computer.
But you weren't even doing that. You were going
couldn't.
like this.
Yeah,
You
it
were
was
just
full
fucking
blown
Army Man.
yelling like you were actually in a POW camp.
We should actually play that.
These bamboo shoots under my nails.
Seriously.
Come on, man. Can you see?
Well, you're right. We should play the bad impression of his own voice.
Maybe we'll
that
do
he was
that next
doing.
time we take a day off and just fucking pull the curtain back and just show he can't do his own voice. And that is, by the way, what failure is. So, right? Like when it's time to perform and you don't.
Right.
That's what failure is.
Something that you actually
Yeah.
have, an ability that you have.
That's a Mitt Romney. Oh, I've worked so hard all this time. Uh-oh, the election's tomorrow? Let me just forget to go out and speak to people. Because they say he disappeared at the end of the election against Obama.
Did he go?
He did.
They said he was out, going out to dinner with his family.
Yeah.
Just didn't occur to him how important those last days were. There's Nancy
Toasting.
Reagan. Yeah, there's Nancy Reagan.
Oh boy.
Recently slashed, and now we're remembering her. She's going to be buried next to, well, you would think Ronald Reagan, but she asked to be buried next to Al Capone for some reason.
Weird.
Yeah, she said she's
Big
just a gangster fan. And
Fellow sufferer of syphilis.
Yeah, there was space, and she could get in cheaply.
She wanted to be buried next to the guy she got it from.
Oh, boy, you're lucky you're a hero. Because no one's allowed to say anything about Nancy.
Although people were coming out of the woodwork. I noticed they were like, by the way.
She was a terrible
That
person.
Nancy Reagan. Yeah, they were saying a lot of stuff, that she was anti-gay, that she was not helpful during the AIDS epidemic. They were saying a lot of stuff about her.
Yeah, but
I was like,
give it a couple days. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that's
She just died.
That's what I said.
I don't want to go to a funeral and have somebody say, your uncle was a terrible person.
He was.
I go, yeah, I know, but now it's his funeral.
So everyone stop your crying. He
She
wasn't
used to
that
do
great.
a lot of AIDS jokes back then.
That's what it was. Well, that was the time.
Yeah.
People did
Before all that political correctness ruined everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure she killed.
It's so tough because people can't say the N-word anytime they want these days. It's difficult. For
And they
everybody.
want to so
Yeah,
bad.
Just can't say Nancy.
I just go, I'll just go like this. Thank God Kinnison's dead. He would not like these crowds.
We've got Doug Smith in studio with us. You can watch all episodes of Secret Weapon on Doug's YouTube channel and get the link at his Twitter page at WhoDougSmith.
When Glenn Fry from the Eagles died, people would say to me, I never liked the Eagles. I go, yeah, it has nothing to do with this. You know what I mean? A man is dead. Why can't you just...
It was Chris.
Oh, yeah, I did that.
The Big
that was terrible.
Lebowski. The Big Lebowski ruined the Eagles. You realize that, right?
Well,
Or maybe
I would
that's
have
what it
said
was.
the Eagles' second album probably ruined the Eagles, but that's me. But no, the Eagles...
I like the Eagles.
Well,
I'll
here's the
stand
thing.
behind them until my last breath. I was sad about that
when
one.
people say that they hate the Eagles, what they really mean is I hate the Eagles fans or I hate the Eagles personalities,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The Eagles personalities, it's very directed at, hey, what do we got to do to become successful with our music? You never want to catch the artist doing that.
Yeah.
They all but, like Jimmy Buffett basically gave a questionnaire to his audience and, what songs
Really?
would you like to, I mean, they market
A
it
focus
to,
group at his concert.
And you never want to be caught doing that, You never want to be caught like, hey, do you realize we're selling more hats than any other band this year? Great. High five, everybody. You want to act like it's
Spirit
just
of
about
rock
the
and roll.
music. Yeah. So everyone always hates the people who go out and bust the guys, the bootleggers, for whether it's the music or the selling the shirts or whatever. You can't get caught. And the Eagles were like a corporation.
That's very true.
That
They made their
made-
hard work much more apparent than their artistry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they would actually say, we're mad at our bass player and we're cutting his pay, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you watch that 3-hour documentary?
Unfucking believable. It's
Right?
one of my favorite rock documentaries
It's
because there's not a good person in there.
I just love David Geffen saying at least 4 times, Don Henley is a malcontent.
Yeah. And Henley is, first of all, he's got one of the greatest voices in rock history. It's just perfect. And yet, during an interview, he comes across so wooden and, he's like the anti-Neil Young. You know what I mean? Neil Young can say anything. Fucking Don Henley can't give money to charity without people bitching, Literally, people, like, when they would give money to charity, the charity would go like, I don't know. Maybe we can get some money some other places. But you love the Eagles' music.
I do. Well, they're my older brother's favorite band, so he kind of like wore me down, and now I genuinely enjoy them.
What's your favorite Eagles song? Desperado?
No, I'd say Already Gone or Take It Easy, probably.
Okay, so you do go back early. So you a Jackson Brown guy as well? I mean, are you
I
into
do like
that whole
Jackson
scene?
Brown.
Yeah.
That album, The Pretender, is really great, which I heard he wrote right after his wife's suicide.
Yeah.
Which now I don't know if I can listen to it ever again.
Enjoy it.
But he's great.
Yeah, he is. He's perfect.
You enjoy.
There is a song. What are you going? Just trying to find every song that we're talking about up there?
Just bringing them up.
There's a song called These Days by Jackson Brown. that, please bring the Eagles down when I'm talking, that is so amazing. And it's basically about just seeing too much and being busted up, and you're basically quitting because you can't take it anymore. And he wrote it when he was 16 years old. And I fucking think about that, like how it's impossible for a 16-year-old to write that fucking song.
Yeah, that's insane.
And
How
I
is
even
that
brought it up
possible?
to Jackson when I had him on the show, and he goes, "Yeah, it's pretty much the way I wrote it at 16." Then he goes like this, "Well, I took some of the arrangements from the way Greg Allman did it later," and I'm like, I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about the fucking lyrics.
Yeah.
But see, we do this GPS show where we go out and play different scenes. I've been trying to get Gail and Jam Band into that Southern California 70s music that you love so much. And they've been basically treating me like I'm Richard Nixon. They show zero respect to that music.
I respect it. I'm ready to go back to LA when you are. I'm ready to go back in.
I even have a nod to Carole King in the first episode of the web series.
Sure.
Great shit.
Now, Carole King, more of a New York girl, but when
That's
she went
true,
out there,
that's
that
true.
first album was all she ever needed to do in her entire life, one album. And then the rest of the time, she's been, like, you can't do that in any other field. You know what I mean? Like
She was the Adele of her time.
She really was. She was like every woman in the country bought the album, first of all. And then guys would listen to it quietly when nobody was around. Their friends would
Good, everyone's
walk.
left.
Yeah. If, like, you were listening to that album in your house and the door opened, you would just yell, "Someone's in here," like your pants were down and you were shitting. Please don't come in here right now.
Someone's in here.
Someone's listening to this.
Get out.
It's not what it sounds like.
And then, of course, that Fleetwood Mac sound came after that. That L.A. sound of the 70s.
Yeah.
For me, I can't, if someone said, "Do you like that music?" it wouldn't even dawn on me. But it's like if someone said, "Oh, were there trees and clouds around when you were a kid?" You know what I mean? Because that's how much that music was everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I just bought Tusk on vinyl the other day.
Tusk.
Amazing. Right?
That's an amazing. You see, that kind of music will maybe never be made again because they went in and spent a year and a half making an album.
Yeah.
You know? And now you go in, you lay down a voice track, and they go, "Okay, the computer's got it from here."
Thank you.
Computer's fixing all the notes you missed. Well, you love Fleetwood Mac, right?
Yes, I got to see them. Was that last year or that was the year before? That was my first time seeing them, and it was phenomenal.
And then I introduced her to Mick Fleetwood after that, and he was very happy when people like his music.
Yeah.
He's there's a guy that you could kind of see, even from his personality, that somehow he's attached to whatever good things there are to be attached to.
Yeah.
Like if there was luck, was a physical thing, you'd see him walking around with a bag of it. You know what I mean? Like good thing. And I'm not saying he didn't make his own luck. You know what I mean? He obviously did. He never gave up. But like the third part of your band becomes inviting those two people in. That's fucking crazy.
It's so insane.
Yeah.
Because they were great on their own. They had their own thing.
Well, they were bluesy and all, but they were never massive.
Yeah.
There's great songs from the Peter Green era, but once they hooked up with those two fucking kids,
crazy.
Super group.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Made. But Buckingham Nicks were they any more successful than Fleetwood? Neither one of them was huge before they
No,
joined
they were
forces, right?
they put out just that one album and it didn't sell, which just meant, it didn't get radio play. I mean, when you go back and listen to it, you're like, well, this should have, It just sometimes happens that way. But then the other thing about, Stevie is she was like the perfect little 70s pixie witch.
Yes. She was like this ethereal creature.
And the girls started to immediately dress like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
Yeah.
It stands the test of time, too. It's still a look that you see.
But that scene also had a lot of other people. Tom Waits was around that time. Warren was around at that time. Warren Zevon. Randy Newman was around in that time. I mean, there was some harsher lyrics as well. And, none of those guys are laid back. I mean, you can see it in that thing. There's nothing beachy about those dudes.
Yeah.
They're just fucking hardcore.
Well, you had said to me that the Eagles were like so bro-y. That was like hard for me to imagine that they kind of had that.
They were like a bro band.
But you don't get that from the music at all. You would never guess that they weren't just like chill vibes.
But this is the other thing. If they were having any trouble at all, they'd call in Jackson or J.D. Souther and be like, let's finish the song up for us. Let's say, like, they were very fucking serious about, do we have the best possible thing? J.D. Souther's like fucking genius. Jackson is a genius, and they could call on those guys to come in and, fix it.
Yeah.
Let's come in and fix this shit.
But yeah, not as sunny as their music would imply. Just as much cocaine and fighting as every other band.
Yeah, but they knew even how to market themselves. They knew how to market California, Fucking Hotel California album, when I was younger, you couldn't get away from it. It was stuck. It was like a flu that everybody fucking caught. And it's still playing. Like a classic rock a classic rock station anywhere in the country probably has 15 fucking Eagles songs on their playlist every day after all these years. And probably every 3 hours, Hotel California comes
I was just going to say, I bet you would not have to wait long.
Yeah.
That if you were in any city in the country, you turned on the radio, how long till you find Hotel California?
That would be the fun fucking, there'd be a great reality show. People have to land in certain cities, and you have to find either Freebird, Hotel California.
That's a fantastic idea.
And anything by Queen.
Yeah.
Or Don't Stop Believin', which I don't even think was that popular when it came out.
That song is ruined now. You know what did it? Glee. They did that song on Glee, and then it just snowballed into a huge resurgence, and now
everyone's like, it's my favorite song. I love Don't Stop Believin'.
You know what Glee ruined for me?
What?
Gay creativity. I'm like, that's where gays were the most creative people when I was younger, and now they put out shit. That's what I'm saying about gays. They used to have the music of the Spheres at one time, Now it's just like, hey,
you're not an Adam Lambert fan?
I got to tell you, I had Adam in with the guys from Queen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he toured with them, right?
The Queen reunion, and you can see why he's a star. Well, not just singing. I mean, he has a lot of confidence, and he was a pretty good. The fact that Queen said, "Yeah, we'll take him out with us to do those songs," it's fucking crazy.
But that probably still exists. It's just, it's always hard to find those people. They're out there, but the people who are at the forefront are always going to be kind of lousy. Like Anthony, formerly known as Anthony.
He's the most brilliant fucking person probably working today.
Yeah.
Rufus Wainwright. But I don't have the time to go sifting through everything. I need the radio to do that for me.
What's the deal with that Anthony guy? We're talking about Anthony and the Johnsons?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a strange looking creature.
Yeah, and now he's no longer he just came out as trans, and now he's going to be.
Yeah. Oh, well, now I feel like an asshole.
Yeah, but you
He's
just come across as a homophobe.
Beautiful woman.
You're a misogynist homophobe.
But yeah, I saw Anthony on the street.
I didn't know that. I
Where?
thought that was just his.
I saw Anthony on the street years ago, not far from, just in NoHo actually. And I couldn't believe it. He was like a vision. It was
Dude,
like
did you find him? Because you know who lived in NoHo?
Who?
Bowie. He was probably going to fucking Bowie's house.
He probably
or
was.
something to do with Lou Reed, because he did those Berlin stuff with Lou Reed.
But yeah, it was a couple years ago, and he was, I thought he was like just in golden light around him. He was he's
You saw that
creature.
show too on the Upper East Side that he was in, right?
Yeah. Big time.
The thing was amazing.
With the artist is present, Maria
Abramovic or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
it was
sorry,
so good.
Anthony, if you're listening. Doug Smith, hero hate monger.
You know what? You do some good, you do some bad. It's not a terrible thing.
You're human.
I had a little interaction with Lou Reed a few years back, because I still have a dog walking service. So I was, sometimes clients ask you to stay at their apartment while they're away. So I'm staying at this apartment over on Horatio Street over on the west side. I'm walking this big Newfoundland at like 9:00 on a Saturday night along Hudson River Park, along the river.
Yeah.
And coming toward me, 50 yards away, I see what looks like the Dalai Lama, like this bald, gorgeous, glowing being in an orange robe. And there's another guy next to him, but I'm not looking at the other guy. I'm like, Jesus Christ, is that him? So as they approach me, one when they're like 10 feet away, I see that the other guy is Lou Reed. I had just moved to the city, was still kind of getting over the whole like seeing celebrities all over the place sort of thing. And huge Lou Reed fan, huge Velvet Underground fan. Like this guy's, you know, like a hero of mine. So, but I had heard countless times that he's just a total curmudgeon, just a real, you know, grumpy bastard. So I was like, I'm dying to say something to him, but I can't. He really doesn't look like he wants anybody to talk to him. So they pass me, and I was like, I gotta say something to him. So I spin around, and I'm like, hey, Lou Reed! And he like slows his pace, takes a few more steps, pauses, and then he just slowly turns around, and I just like melted. I just turned into like a giddy, groupie schoolgirl. I was like, oh my God, I love you. I love your music. I can't believe it's you. I'm like, can I come shake your hand? And he just goes, he puts up his hand, he goes, that's okay. And he turned and kept walking.
It's the best way to treat the fans. It's the best way to treat the fans. Because then you're like, of course. He doesn't want to shake my fucking hand.
Why would he want to touch me? Why would he want anything to do with me? But then he lived right on 11th Street. I used to see him all the time. Luckily, he didn't remember me while he was out with his pink Crocs walking his Jack Russell Terrier. But
and he was married to Laurie Anderson. I mean, he's fucking amazing. And then their best friend was Julian Schnabel. You're in the right fucking neighborhood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The only time I saw Lou Reed, we watched Avatar together. What? He was in the same movie theater that I saw Avatar.
I thought you were implying like you sat next to him and he did the popcorn trick or something.
I feel
he wouldn't have to.
Nope. No need. Move that popcorn out of the way, Lou. We're friends.
As well used as that thing has been over the
years. But no, I went to go see with some friends, and he just came in. It was just before the movie started, and he just walked across, and I was just in awe of the fact that we were in the same room, and he goes and he sits a couple rows ahead of me, and I cannot recall anything about the movie because the whole time I'm like, what does Lou Reed think about this? Well, I don't know if he likes it. But then when the movie was over, I left the theater, and we kind of waited just to see him leave the theater at the same time. And as everybody was walking out, he was the only person who still was wearing his 3D glasses, and he wore them out like he left. And it was nighttime too, so he left, and he was still walking down the street.
He probably wasn't even trying to be cool. That's just like a sad old guy thing to do. Like, oh, I forgot got my 3D glasses and the regular glasses on.
We've got Doug Smith in studio with us. You can watch all episodes of Secret Weapon on Doug's YouTube channel. Get the link on his Twitter page at WhoDougSmith.
And I want to watch Avatar for the coach. People wrote in, how long did the guy get who slashed you? Let's try to guess. Joe, how much time do you think the slasher got?
10 years.
10 years.
I'm going to say 7 years. For slashing.
I'm going to say 3 years.
8 years.
What do you got?
15 years.
Whoa! That's the maximum,
Put
man.
that bitch away.
Whoa, that's the maximum.
Well, that's the thing. If he hadn't slashed me, he would have gotten a slap on the wrist. So, luckily, luckily I was able to put him away. So he was 51, so he'll be out when he's 66.
Probably still come looking for you.
Yeah, I got to keep an eye out for a certified senior citizen looking to finish the job.
You'll be at the movies. You hear this? Hey, counselor. All right, that's it for us, Doug. Great to see you.
Thank you guys so much.
And congratulations on this project, too. It's never easy to get something up and going, man. Up on the iBank, check out this article. It's pretty damn terrific. Doug Smith turned slashing into comedy. You got a before and after picture. That's it for us. We were going to go out with something today. Chris, what were we going to go out with?
All You Need Is Love.
Oh, for George Martin, who passed away, 90 years old. Talk about having a great life. You produce all those. The only Beatles album you don't produce is the one everyone hates. You know what I mean? That's got to be the best thing.
It's a good feeling.
In the world. But you know,
What's the one everyone hates? Are we on the same page? Let It Be? Yeah, okay.
Let It Be. Is when everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Go ahead and break up then. You put out 3 albums this year, and one of them isn't so great, even though it's got 4 timeless songs on it. But, I mean, what an amazing life George Martin has had. And truly, you probably wouldn't have had a Beatles or they wouldn't have sounded the same way without this man. What a stamp to put on this. And no wonder he's a knight, but, 90 years old, lucky man. We'll see all you guys tomorrow.